Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by the 1890 Initiative. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning, happy Wednesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Today is July 31st. A month from today, we have a football game in Lincoln, Nebraska, and fall camp begins today. We made it. We made it.
God, we did.
We did it. The offseason is basically over.
It is. God dang, Jake. You stumbled out of the gate.
I stumbled, but I picked it up.
Yeah, you're like a horse that stumbled out of the gate. But yeah, you picked it up and you made it great. God dang, we did make it.
We made it. The offseason's over.
Bill, in our media circles, which you're new to.
I'm not much in the circle. I think I'm kind of out of the loop.
I don't know. I saw you in the media room one time. You looked pretty much in the circle to me.
What was I eating?
You were standing, eating
a hamburger.
Eating a hamburger, standing. It's still
talking to Keith
freaks
Mann.
me out a little bit.
Talking to Keith Mann.
And people.
There were comments.
And
why is he here?
There was a lot of
whispers.
Why is Busch here?
That's covering the game. Media.
What's Busch doing?
Had a credential. And I sat by Jake.
You did.
And watched Creighton beat us by 30.
In the upper level of the media, the added additional level of the media section wasn't even there before.
And Jake wore a Husker jacket that he just bought, a retro jacket.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And then I put it on the ground and it got spilled. Stuff spilled all over it. There was some sort of drink that somebody behind me, I think it wasn't Bill, it wasn't me, but it got just doused by Pop in some regard. So I could not wear that the rest of the day.
What I was saying is in the media circles, Bill, we do this thing where the season ends and then thus begins this long march until the next season. And you have to fill a lot of time. And it can be taxing as that's over. It's now there's just now you have.
Would you say there's a plethora of information?
Yeah. Yesterday was
a big day, right? I mean,
well,
big day.
Keith outdid himself.
Was Keith in a tie again?
No.
Good question.
Was he back in golf gear?
Yes, back in golf gear.
Keith
Mann is who we're talking about, and I would let's just describe him as the main media person.
Yes, he'd be the big toe of the media for Nebraska.
And he put on quite a show.
Did he?
Yeah. I mean,
was there snacks?
No, he had the rule at the podium and then 3 coordinators at the podium. And then that was fine. That was all standard. But he went above and beyond when he put, I don't know. I'm not going to count how many players went to these stations on the Hawks championship practice field. They were set up very elaborate stations. Where you could gather around Marquise Buford or Jamari Butler or Nash Hutmacher or Javen. Did you call him Javen or Javin? Javin Wright?
Javin.
He seemed disappointed. He whispered that because he's just disappointed in
Javin.
Come on, man.
Oh, I mean, there's a long line, Emmett Johnson. There's a long line of players, and they put them at stations that were very organized. I think there's 6 or 7, 8 different stations. So it was incredible. Yeah, it was Keith. I couldn't compliment him enough. God bless him. It was a big moment for Keith. It was one of the better media events we've ever had.
This was about 10 to noon. Is that right?
Yeah,
2 hours.
It was.
2 hours of media.
Was there a briefing to the media? Did Keith address the media, let them know what's going on?
No, he usually chooses to do that. It was such a big gathering. I walked in the room
late. We got a text from Swim.
I didn't know that 7 minutes early was late nowadays.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Swim is calling what's wrong with 9:53 for 10 a.m. He's on time.
And Rule didn't show up. So it was 9:53 and Rule didn't show up till 10:10. And that often happens, as Bill knows. coaches aren't always there right on time. So I wasn't.
Is it true that you stole someone's seat?
That-
That's the only question.
Big Swim, Nick
Yeah.
Sainert said that you showed up at 9:53, which we had no problem with.
Yeah,
you also
we're-
said you stole an intern seat who had his computer there, and you said, that's my seat now.
No, what is Swim doing?
Yeah.
No, there's
He's
no
what he-
truth to
the-
It
that.
didn't
text
sound
said
like you. I
No,
agree with
no,
that.
that is not even.
Sipple is not that
No,
guy.
I'm not that guy.
No, he's not. There's 100.
Thank you, Bill.
Yes.
I know that. I don't know what
You'd
he's
be
talking
just
about.
the opposite, matter of fact.
Yeah.
If someone even said, hey, take my seat, you'd be like, no.
No, as a
No.
matter of fact, to completely defend myself,
Okay.
there weren't many seats. So I pulled up a seat on the outer fringe. And Sean said, no, you got a seat right here. Here's a seat. It's open. They kept a seat for him.
Okay.
So no, nobody, and our intern had a seat.
Okay. Is the Husker Online intern.
Yeah, Joseph.
Okay. Nick says he took an intern seat.
Yeah.
The kid had his laptop and everything set up. Sipple just came in and took it. You saying that
I
is
don't
not
know
true?
If he's, I don't know what that fiction is.
Nick is lying to us then.
This will be solved
Unbelievable.
somewhere around 8:04 today.
Yeah. We'll talk to Swim about
that
this.
was odd. No, there was a seat next between Sean and Robin that was open, but it was kind of cramped in there, so I wasn't going to take it. It was open, but I wasn't going to take it. I was just going to sit on the fringe, which was fine.
I'm going to have Swim go to the grease board. I want him to draw it up
Yep,
when he
please
gets
show
here.
the scene for
Yes.
us. Like
It's
in court.
possible Swim misidentified me.
That could happen.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Really?
So there's a Sipple lookalike
Yeah,
in
it
the
could be
media.
yeah, I
You
mean,
have a doppelganger?
Yes.
there's a lot of 5'8" little guys, you know. They're all
Ex-boxers. Golden Gloves.
Journalist of the year.
Journalist
in
of
the
the
state
year.
Nebraska. A lot of
Imagine if
those
the journalist of
rolling
the year
around.
can kick your ass. How about that?
Take that. I'm Steve Sipple.
Take that.
I'm Steve Sipple.
Yeah.
Out the
Take
way.
So anyway, Ben, I would never do that. Ben's driving a truck.
Yes, that was the idle chit chat. Young Ben. Bill
Yes.
informed. I had no idea. Bill says that
Good.
young
Well, the
Ben
last 2 days I've
is
had to
driving
sit
a truck.
outside by myself to wait for someone to let me in. No one's
Yeah,
here.
Bill's getting here early
And this
again.
first thing
really early again. That's fine. It's fine. It's
Bill's
just
getting here early.
really early
Is it the
again.
darkness?
Yeah, the darkness excites me. And it excites me. It's still dark out. And then also, it's pretty obvious that things aren't going great with Jake and the marriage.
That's not
Oh,
true.
no.
That's
Yeah,
not
that's-
true.
No.
That's
I know.
not true. This morning I had to
He's
help
showing-
with Scotland.
he's
She was a
showing
little
up
fussy
late.
this morning. I was trying to make sure Elizabeth didn't have to wake up at all, so I tried
She's
to.
fussy because you guys aren't getting along.
Ben, what's been the order of arrival? Me, Ben,
Jake.
Jake. Yeah.
This
I
week
bring
so
my
far,
own coffee now because Jake doesn't have it right.
it's ready right now, though.
yeah.
Your refill is ready for you when you need it back there. It's done.
Well, we've done this before. We've got you through rough patches, you and Elizabeth. We'll
Yeah,
do it
we
again.
have. Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything's great. Everything's fine.
And Ben just whips up in a truck. And that
Wow.
that blew my mind. That absolutely blew my I'm sitting there, I'm like, this blew
You
my
said he's
mind.
riding low in the
He was
truck.
kind of a
too.
low rider, kind of steering with just his wrist, kind of sitting down.
Sup?
just
I have
steering-
to see this.
Just steering with just his wrist.
Sup?
I have
Yeah.
to see this.
Sup? Yeah.
I got to see this visual.
You saw him drive up?
Yeah, I saw him drive up. The park's right out front.
I got to see this truck.
Did it look all right? Like again, low rider,
Yeah.
but it looked all right.
Super
Otherwise,
cab. It's a
Okay.
super cab, isn't it, Ben? So yeah,
Okay.
it's a super cab. So if Ben has a dog, be very comfortable back there.
10 County?
Yeah,
10 county.
Yeah,
God, this is great. I love having Ben because it's,
10 county.
yeah, it brings back like a lot of good memories. You drive even a 10 County. God.
Lakeview, though.
Young Ben said he did drive past the 7 Mile Inn on the way back to Columbus last week, so he saw the
he's
7
finally
Mile
seen it.
Inn this past weekend.
Did you stop at Bellwood? Did you stop at the? Oh, you should have stopped at Bellwood.
Stop at them both next time.
Yeah,
Just
Bellwood's
do it.
great.
yeah, Bellwood and 7 Month. Yeah, Bellwood's.
That was good.
It was
The
really
gas
good.
station's great in Bellwood.
It was-
Come on,
It's got a great bathroom.
it
very
is seriously. It's
accessible.
very good. Stopped
Okay.
there last time I went through.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a compliment to Bellwood.
It is.
It is.
It is.
Anything else? Idle chit chat
I
before we
don't-
get back into the
no.
media stuff from yesterday.
No.
Bill, anything for you?
No, just the fact that I'm mesmerized. We watched the. I'll tell you the story on this real quick. On the
Okay, please.
Olympics, I'm mesmerized
Oh,
by
yes.
that. So last
The
night,
Olympics.
I'm absolutely mesmerized by watching the. As my dad said, he goes, he goes, the gymnast. He goes, I can't imagine even thinking about trying that they even come up with these things in their head that they're trying to do. Simone Biles got up to 11.5 feet. That's how high she was
What?
up in
How's
the
that
air.
possible?
It was insane. But here's one of the best parts.
It's spring.
So we're watching a couple times, and Laura's like, oh, that's gonna be deduction. Oh, this, and she's like all into it right there. And I'm talking to Shin Daddy on the phone last night.
You
Later
on the phone with Shin?
with Shin Daddy, I'm talking to him, and he goes, "What are you guys doing?" I said, "We're watching the replay of the." She's like, "It's a replay." I'm like, "Yeah, this was over at noon. This is over. I can tell you exactly who wins this." She had no idea. Had no idea it was a replay.
They're 7 or 8 hours ahead of
7 or
us
8
over
hours
there.
ahead of us, yes.
Laura, it's okay.
So anyway, I did tell her. Now later on, we watched the men's 4x200, which I didn't know what happened there. I think
I don't know anything.
I think Great
Do you know
Britain won it. USA was second. Got a silver.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
anyway,
there's your Olympic.
I love the Olympics.
There's your God.
You're
the only one in this room.
You should have Sip his thoughts on the Olympics.
Oh,
He's a
I
big
can't
fan of the
remember.
Olympics. Big
Ask
fan.
Jake his thoughts on the Olympics.
Well, I at least watched a few minutes of it.
Did you?
Well, she wanted to watch it last night. Elizabeth did.
Trying to get things
Elizabeth
back
wanted
together.
to watch the Olympics last night, so we caught a little bit of
This is
The
awkward.
misses.
gymnastics, I guess.
The old ball and chain.
Yeah, that's right. That's Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends at Newton's Lawn Care. Please call or text Andrew at 402-440-6297. When you arrived yesterday at the media session, the Oregon Duck was on the scene.
I want to hear about this because I'm not up to speed.
I don't understand
My little
life.
bit that I'm catching from it sounds absolutely hilarious to me. It sounds like pure gold by Oregon. Is Oregon behind this?
Yeah,
They have to be. That's the official duck.
they're just. I just think it's designed, Bill. They just send their duck to Big Ten places just to ingrain themselves in the culture and say, "We're on the scene. Here's our duck." I didn't really participate in it, but
no surprise
so the duck
there.
was just there when you got there.
when I walked up,
the
duck was there.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he was talking to another. The duck was talking to another sports writer because I didn't want to deal with it.
Did you talk to the duck live?
No, I did not.
Who talked to him? Who can we get a hold of?
I don't. There's a World Herald reporter whose name I don't know. Was definitely. I think the duck was accompanied by a handler.
Okay.
So there was a handler with the duck. I'm not sure the duck talks. Is
It's not supposed to. Mascots don't talk.
that right?
They don't speak.
Is that right?
At least the ones that have, if it's like an actual human, they can maybe speak. But when it's inside the mascot thing, you can't talk.
Okay.
That's a rule.
Is that a rule?
It's a rule. Yeah, it's a mascot rule. You
Unwritten
don't speak.
rule?
You don't speak when you're inside
I'll
the
get
mascot.
a hold of Barfneck, see if you can get to the bottom of it.
Yes.
Get a
Now,
little Barfneck.
the duck was escorted out of the session, is what I hear.
Didn't know that.
Didn't have a media pass on.
Didn't
No
have
credential.
a media pass, no credential.
Had to leave.
But there was a handler. There was the duck. There was an eye roll by me, and there was quite a bit of discussion about it. Like,
So the Ducks did their job.
I would say
They
so.
created a stir.
Yeah, 100.
And it's funny. It's
kind of fun.
Well, let's go back to last week in Indianapolis.
quirky.
They had a big inflatable duck
Which
on
I thought
the
was-
river in Indianapolis.
which I thought was great.
I think this is a good campaign. If you're asking me, it's a good campaign.
There's two reasons for it. Well, one for the Big Ten to announce themselves into the
Yes.
Big Ten, and they're loaded in football.
Yeah.
If they were coming in with a team that might go 4-8, they would be probably a little bit less. It might be a little. I'm assuming it'd be a little
It
less.
might be true.
But they
You
know
don't see
they've got a team.
UCLA traveling around to different media sessions with the Bruin.
They have a Bruin.
Yes, they do. I don't think he's going to different media sessions though
Could
across the Big Ten.
Could the Breakers wrap their arm around? I just want to imagine. So the Duck and the handler, they're driving in their rental car to the stadium. They have to look at each other like, "What are we doing? What are we doing?" It's like, well, we're gonna
We're
go
in Lincoln.
in. We're in Lincoln.
We're in Lincoln,
and,
Nebraska.
and there's a press conference at 10
It's
o'clock.
100 degrees, by the way.
Yes,
And
and
you're putting on this uniform.
I have a Duck uniform on,
Yeah.
and then I can't talk. So once we get inside, you handle everything.
It's pretty interesting when you think about it that way.
That part would be like I couldn't imagine like that there at probably the Holiday Inn Express last night.
And I'd like to know where they're going now. Did he go to Iowa City?
Yeah.
I'm sure he did.
They're going to Chicago. I don't know.
I just want to
Making
imagine
the tour.
being in the graduate and getting on the elevator, and all of a sudden a handler and a duck gets on, and like, where are you going to? We're going to the press conference.
It is interesting, and they hit Nebraska on the exact right day. And now I just wonder if that was orchestrated.
I'm
like,
saying it's pretty orchestrated. I don't think they
That's
just all
not
of a
just
sudden,
random. Come
Yeah.
on.
it was a perfect day to do it because there was 100 media there, and the media most media I think liked it. I mean, they
I don't know how you wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's a duck.
The duck did take a picture at midfield with Lil Red and Herbie Husker after the session.
Did media people get selfies with the duck? Jake?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I was not there. I would probably not have gotten the selfie, but
Right.
many did take selfies with the duck.
That's what I figured.
So that
I
was
think there's a
intentional.
chance I wouldn't have done a selfie, but I would have wanted a picture with the duck if I was there. If I was in media,
How would you do it?
Would you have smiled or not?
I just would have handed you my phone. Hey, Steve, snap a picture of me and the duck.
Oh.
Does the duck have a name?
I don't know what the no, I don't know.
Look
what
at
the
Ben.
duck's name.
Ben,
Yeah.
look at
Ben,
Ben.
Google that,
stepping
would
up.
you,
Did you write
Ben?
that one down?
Ben's
Yeah.
stepping up.
Yeah.
The duck mascot for Oregon.
Does he have a name?
I do not know.
He's on this.
I don't
So
know
anyway,
the duck's name.
He's on this. He's finding a pin.
He's
finding a marker.
He's got a marker. He's writing things down.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, not a big
rush.
rush.
Hey, we're just
Not a
trying
big
to
rush.
He's
Bill's-
doing fine.
trying
What's
to-
that?
Puddles. That's
Puddles.
right.
Puddles the duck.
Puddles the
Puddles
duck.
the duck.
Okay.
That's right. I should.
All right.
You know what? I should have known that off the top of my head. Puddles. People were talking about puddles.
Big Red Base on the YouTube says the duck was probably Connor Stallions doing some intel.
Could
Yeah.
have been.
Could have been Connor Stallions.
Yeah.
I can't wait till that Netflix.
So there's a
comes out.
Netflix series coming out.
Yes.
Is it a
And-
series or just what is it?
I don't know, documentary of some sort. I don't know if it's 2 parts, whatever it is.
A doc.
I'm going to bet there's not a lot of information. I only want to know one thing.
What?
That's the only thing that I even care about is final proof that he was on the sidelines
Western Michigan.
at Central Michigan.
Central Michigan.
Central.
That's all I care about. I want to know. I want to get his
God
right
damn.
away when that came up. McElwain said, "I'm going to get to the bottom of this,"
Jim McElwain.
and they're still waiting to get to the bottom of it.
McElwain.
I just,
McElwain doesn't like this Netflix deal.
No,
that's
I'm
all
sure he
I-
doesn't.
That's all I want to know. Was he on the sideline? Because right now it's been pushed back. And if he wasn't, there would have been a grand statement of like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. That's Todd,
Right.
Smith. He works he's in media or whatever it is. That's who it is. There's like, nope, who is this guy? And that also, which has been said on other radio shows too. It'd take about 9 seconds. Like everyone in the room, who was
Who was
this?
that?
And who let him on here? No one leaves the room
No.
till you tell me.
Yep.
That's it.
That's
So
it.
you'd have the head trainer in there. You'd have the media people.
No, McElwain's not getting to the bottom of it because he doesn't want to get to the bottom of it. He wanted this thing to go away. It's not. I just wonder if he's giving this an eye roll. If his AD says, don't even worry about it. I don't know if the AD does that or not, or you participated in one of the biggest scandals of the 2023 season or the biggest scandal. I don't know what the AD says. I don't know what I'd say to him. Okay, what were you doing? And why did you know he was on your sideline? What does he say? And if he doesn't, if he says I didn't know, then what? Okay, what?
Then what?
You just don't know he's
It's
on your
even worse.
sideline.
How do you guys not
Yeah,
know that?
right.
I have no idea.
What, you just letting anybody down
How
there?
does
He
somebody,
cannot win in this situation. He can't win.
It's probably correct because you don't know him. Well, actually, I worked with him, at Michigan. So yeah, kind of interesting stuff. But that's my favorite. That's what I want to know from.
He did work with him.
Yes. So that's what I want to know from the documentary. I want to know.
McElwain.
That's it. That's all I want to know.
I just wonder if McElwain, they're getting into camp, and I wonder if he looks at that or if he even knows about it. McElwain may not even know about it right now, but if he does know about it, I wonder if he just eye rolls it or if he looks down at his desk and says, oh, great, this is a pain. I wonder.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a fun thing, but
Because it's your credibility.
He can't win in this. It's a lose-lose for Jim McElwain.
Jeez.
Why was he there? If he didn't know why he was there, why didn't you know? You
Yeah,
can't
so-
win. It's a lose-lose.
he has sunglasses on. The game is at night.
He looks like an idiot.
The
He
game
looks
is
like
at-
an idiot.
Can't wait to see what happens with this
So
documentary.
I'm,
with Connor Stallions.
I'm excited to see that. And then the so-called infractions are supposed to be coming out soon.
We'll see what that is.
Don't
All right.
expect much.
Sip, you were at the media session yesterday. You were there with Matt Rule, Tony White, Marcus Satterfield, and others spoke at this pre-fall camp huddle yesterday, the 2-hour session. If in terms of the biggest, was there a big storyline at all?
Yeah, I find the world to be fascinating. The off season for Nebraska has clipped along nicely. There's obviously optimism. It's not overwhelming. It's not. People have learned their lessons, but there's a halting, quiet optimism. And then along comes Rule, and he tells you he whips off the injury report going into preseason camp. As Jake mentioned, it starts today.
Mhm.
And oh God, there it is.
Well,
The kicker, Tristan Alvano,
Yep, Tristan
won't be
Alvano.
starting camp because of a groin. Jake and Bill, you know this stuff. It's not as simple as a groin. It's kickers must get something in their abdomen, groin from overuse. Do you recognize that?
Yes, there used to be. They used to use the term. So I I can't speculate this, but there used to be a term like a sports hernia
Could
would
be
come
that,
up.
yeah.
And so
They
but-
didn't call it sports hernia.
Yeah, but anything with, in your the force of that kicking leg when it hits a ball, that's why you have to, when you talk about a pitch count, you have to have a pitch count on your kicker. So how many, that was the most, probably the thing I tracked the most was how many times your foot hit the ball on this day. And then you have to have then the off days. And so how you were, it wasn't like, oh, we'll just do like, no.
Go hammer a few.
Yeah, go hammer a few. It's like, no, that's not how it works. Right. I talking to Maher, and he talked about, if they asked him, say for the Cowboys, whoever he's kicking for, hey, I need you to kick 3 balls today. Yeah. Then he would do his entire routine as if it was going to be a day he kicked numerous balls, his normal routine. He said, because you can't halfway into it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to it. So anyway,
that could be
that injury, when your foot is hitting the ball, there's trauma. And so there's something there that came up, obviously. And then I believe
there's trauma.
Was there a surgery ahead of this?
Yes. So here's the deal. The particulars are, we don't know all the particulars. You're going to ask when the surgery was. They didn't really say. This is what Rule said. Tristan Alvano is limited. So he'll be out at the start of camp. Wonderful. Rule said his groin has been bothering him. He had a quick surgery with sort of a 2-week recovery time. Okay, so here's the key line right here, in my opinion. So he's recovered. He's just not full go. So he's not really recovered. Rule said he's recovered, but he's not full go. He's been working with the training staff. It shouldn't be too long. Now, this is where you would say, Bill or Jake, Sipple, you're just making a mountain out of a molehill, maybe. Would you say that?
No, I believe in any time that it'd be like, what is the injury? So if the injury to Raiola was throwing shoulder,
right?
That's a
big deal.
It's all right.
So if the injury was like, he's got, he broke his wrist, but he's the
right
kicker.
Wrist.
Yeah. So
I got you. Yeah,
but he's the kicker. Okay,
my bad.
So he's got if he has an injury with his kicking leg, that's something.
He's kicking, according to Foley. He's kicking. Okay, now this is it's an interesting story to me because you can read it either way. He's kicking, Foley said. He's just not at the point where he's going to kick off right now in terms of that kind of push. Jake astutely pointed out that we're a month away from the first game.
Today, 2 days, 1 month away from Nebraska UTEP in that stadium down there.
And your kicker is not able to kick off. And he's coming off a 2-week surgery.
Now, take you back a couple years ago, Nebraska's Barrett Pickering had an injury, and we had a rotation. You had like 4 or 5 kickers that season because your main kicker was hurt, and there's ineffectiveness after that. Because
and Frost couldn't name him. That's what I remember about that.
But they pulled a guy from Lead Belly who was bartending. He was kicking field goals for Nebraska at one point, and he did an okay job.
Yeah. Then they invited him back, and he didn't want to come back.
I said no.
Rather chase girls.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Bad idea.
So that was a groin injury though to Barrett Pickering, I believe that year.
Probably it was, and his was golf related.
It was.
I don't know how you did. I don't know how you survived as long. Coaching would drive me up the wall.
But yeah, the point is that was a problem going into the season, and it was a huge problem with the kicking during the season.
So you would ask the question, of course, who are the other kickers? They do have 2 others. John Hull, Bill coached Jacob. John is Jacob's brother. John is he came from Iowa Western. He's a redshirt freshman. Came from Iowa Western this summer. Never kicked in a college game. Now he was a good kicker in high school. And Strohmeyer says that he's got a leg, but he's never done it. So you don't know. And then they have a kid named Nico Automanelli from Harrington Park, New Jersey, who's a true freshman. I have no idea what his deal is, but yeah, Rule didn't make a big deal of it, which is the right tack to take if you're him. You can't like let this gnaw at the team. Like, oh God, we've done so many good things. And now we have an issue at kicker. I don't even know if they have an issue at kicker. Maybe Jacob or maybe John Hull is really good and there's no concerns at all. I don't know. It's just one of those things that will drive Nebraska fans some Nebraska
Here we
fans.
go. We can't win close games.
Right.
Now our kicker's hurt. Oh, here we go again. That's Nebraska fans speaking.
Well, and that is, it's kind of the way I react. I mean, I almost
First day of
audibly
fall
said, "You got to be kidding me."
I wish you had.
I wish you had. And then just imagine right there, right next to the Duck's like shaking his head. Just like, Bubbles is shaking his head.
Pass me on the shoulder.
It's okay, fella. It's okay.
He just gets up and walks out. First thing we get is an injured kicker.
You
Bubbles is
got to
upset.
be kidding me. Anyway, that's it.
Yeah. So your strain is as a fan base is okay. If everything progresses, sounds as if everything progresses just fine, no issues. But then there's always probably a larger if you talk to a
be careful
a orthopedic surgeon or someone, they'd say, well, your odds might be higher of a reoccurring injury since you've had a injury. That's how I'd look at it.
Yeah. So that, I mean, I thought that was the biggest story because there wasn't a lot of just hard news, Jake.
Well, we just heard from Matt Rule last week at Media Days. He's like, I pretty much have the same stuff as last week for you this week, essentially. Although fall camp begins tomorrow from yesterday.
Right.
But you heard from Satterfield, you heard from Tony White also.
They like
session.
their mass. That was one thing that I took out of it. They do like what they have up front on both sides. Satterfield, interestingly to me, Sam, I'll read you the question. Sam McEwen. Right, Jake? McEwen.
Sam McEwen, not
Right.
Sam McCown.
Right.
Sam McEwen.
McEwen.
Always has been.
Of the World Herald asked Satterfield, during the course of your coaching career, how many offensive lines have you possessed? How many offensive lines have you had that possess the potential and experience that this one does? He said never. Not this much depth and experience. It's a good problem to have. The one thing that you guys we haven't talked about a lot is Micah Mazuka. Mazuka apparently has kicked in. Okay. Mazuka started at Baylor. He started at Florida. He came here in the spring and got off to a rocky start. That's not Sipple talking. That's Rule talking. Remember, Rule said, yeah, not off to a good start. Hasn't adapted well. My guess, Bill, and I do this thing, this is probably borderline inappropriate, is I speculate. I wonder if a guy like that just looks at spring ball and says, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? It's spring ball. I'm good. I'm going to be good. I'll be good in August. I'll be ready to go. And maybe just wasn't into it that much. Could that happen to an older guy?
Well,
oh boy.
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, not like, but no, just spring ball. When you are deep into your career, spring ball doesn't fire you up a lot.
Okay.
It
might have been that.
It's kind of like the veterans. It's like they understand how important the NFL camps are. They are important, but it's not like they're, when they're year 9 and they're like, oh, this is incredible. I get to go to camp and live in a dorm for five weeks or whatever it is, or in a hotel. So that's a little bit different. But the biggest thing I would stand out to me would be he went from Baylor to Florida to Nebraska. That's just a lot of things going on. Just moving. It's not easy. If all of a sudden, if all of a sudden right now you were going to be a on-3 reporter or a beat writer for the Utah Utes, and they flew you out there,
it'd be a lot.
You'd be going like, okay, this is not. I'm not real comfortable right here.
No,
where do I sleep at? Where do I go? Who's the Keith Mann of Utah? I don't know any of these things.
Lot. Yeah.
So
where do I get groceries?
So when they show up, everything to you is like, I have no idea where I go for anything. So that might be something that factors in to take some time.
Anyway, though, Mazuka has kicked in. He'll be their left guard. I mean, why do I say that? Because Jamari Butler was asked, who's the toughest guy you face? Mazuka, by far. It's Mazuka. You're hearing a lot about Mazuka now. He be your left guard, Jake. You ask these questions. What's the line look like? It'll be Prohaska, Mazuka, Ben Scott. And the right guard is a little more interesting. It'll be either Justin Evans. Bill knows these guys, or Henry Latofsky. My guess is Evans. Evans is a real dude, as Bill says. He's a tough New Jersey kid. He's
really like him.
Oh, God bless you for saying that. He's tough football player. Jake, I don't know if you've ever watched the trenches. It's like a fist fight every play, and he's fist fighting.
And Bryce Benhart at right tackle.
And yeah, Benhart. Benhart, by the way, did he get named on the Outland Trophy watch?
One of 75 players on the
Outland Trophy watch.
Think about that.
Man. Anyway.
Yesterday, yep.
Yeah. So, and then Tony White, it wasn't, now listen, I don't think the offensive line depth is as good as the defensive line depth. I don't think the quality is as good as the defensive line, but Satterfield said he's never had this much depth and experience. Now, the defense is different to me because you do have guys like Prince Will and Cam Lenhart, Riley Van Poppel, James Williams. Those are all backups. I mean, those are guys that will come in for Nash, Ty Robinson, Jamari Butler. And those guys are good. I mean, the combination of Butler, Lenhart is a good combination. I mean, if you're taking Butler out and putting Lenhart in, it's good. You're in good shape there. Nash is good. Ty's good. So that was revealing. And then the bit that Satterfield said about Raiola, Dylan, that he is that we talked about this sometimes, but he says he's obsessed with being good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's obsessed. That's good. That's a good obsession because it's a good obsession because he's loaded with talent. And Bill has coached guys that are loaded with talent but weren't obsessed with being good. Sometimes they're not even that interested. But he's very interested to the point where, like, Satterfield just threw out an example that made me feel guilty. He said he'll stay up all night rewriting notes and rewriting plays just to make sure he can call them in the proper cadence and proper rhythm. I've never stayed up all night to study anything in my life, and probably wouldn't.
Thanks for admitting that, though.
Your version of an all-nighter is way different. Completely different.
Yeah, it's not studying cadence and rewriting plays, I'll tell you that. He'll stay up all night rewriting notes and rewriting plays just to make sure he can call them in the proper cadence and proper rhythm. That's a good sign, right?
It is.
There you go.
In depth there. And we'll get to more of that later on in the show.
Yeah,
we will. Before I get to break, quick plug for our friends at Early Bird. If you're hungry for breakfast, brunch, or lunch, stop by. They have everything like breakfast burritos, French toast, chicken fried steak, which of course is smothered, cinnamon roll pancakes, and also the famous hash holes.
Hash hole. Do it one more time, Jake.
Hash holes.
It's the best part about Jake when he does it. If you get is his eyes.
Yep.
His eyes go up.
I look up.
He goes.
There's an art to it. There's
he's in his full creative mode when his eyes avert and he looks off into the
distance. The eyes go up off into the distance. Yes.
They've got
what else?
Brunch cocktails, mimosas, everything else, Bloody Marys, anything else you can want for breakfast or brunch. Check it out. They've got 6 locations, one in Lincoln at 19th and K. Free parking, tons of free parking at 19th and K. No, not paying for the big lot.
And the key is you're not parked like 2 blocks over for free.
It's right there.
You're right there. You whip right up right there.
The same area.
Ben, if you're feeling like you're vegetable deficient, and that you can be at your age, you don't eat well, you're not, you have a woman in your life yet. You just drink a few Bloody Marys.
Yeah, that's good enough. There's your
Bloody Marys, get your vegetables up, and also let's see if we can get Ben something going on TikTok. Maybe we can get him a girlfriend or something.
Tinder, TikTok, one of the two.
Tinder.
Yeah, maybe.
Ben, are you on Tinder?
Find yourself a Tinderella there.
Let's see if we can get.
You can do it, Ben.
You can do it.
Early Bird, 19th and K. Check him out today. Sean Callahan is next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rashawn Jackson, the captain here for The Body Shop. And man, did they hook me up with a great massage recently. The captain has a lot of stress in his life, as many people do. And for 1 hour, it was all relieved. The team at The Body Shop gave me a deep tissue massage that hit every area that I was in pain at. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. The Body Shop at 48th NA. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today. Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in July. Try any of their delicious breakfast burritos or sandwiches for a great summer breakfast with the family. And don't forget, 10% of all Karma Latte sales go to the Pediatric Cancer Action Network. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
What's your radon level at home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. 467-1111 for radon testing and mitigation.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Without a strong IT partner, your business ends up overspending, underperforming, wearing too many hats, complicating your work, and more. Applied Connective Technologies can help with experts in every facet of technology. If it plugs in, powers on, or charges up, they're your people. Imagine being able to call one team for all your technology solutions rather than a village of vendors and providers. For all your needs in managed IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, and audio or video, head to appliedconnective.com to better your business today. All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that all comes down to this final question. No summer picnic or family get-together or trip to the lake is complete without this particular item. Let's go first to Bob.
What is beer?
No, that's not it. Think about the kids. Over to you, Farley.
What is corn on the cob?
Tough to grill that on a boat. Wrong again. Grace, this time for the win.
What is Bure's cheese spread?
We have a winner! Bure's cheese spread, available in most local grocers in Nebraska.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is going to be a rapid fire today with Husker Online, Sean Callahan. Sean, good morning. Fall camp begins today, and yesterday we were informed that Tristan Alvano, Nebraska's expected starting kicker, is fighting through an injury. What was your response to that in terms of his effectiveness for possibly for the start of the season, Sean?
Sorry, I didn't get the first part of your question.
Tristan Alvano was announced to be injured by Matt Rule yesterday. Are you concerned about his status for the beginning of the season based on what you heard yesterday?
You know, it is concerning because we've kind of, dealt with something like this over the years, all the way back to Barrett Pickering when he had an injury, kind of one of those soft tissue deals that kept him out in 2019. And that was a pretty good team on paper for Nebraska. And we learned how quickly, not having a kicker, how much that could affect your season. I guess, if he was closer, he might have been on that 125 or that 120-man fall camp roster already and could be out there. But the fact that he was left off of it, got my attention because to put a guy back on the 120, you can't put him on there until somebody else is hurt. And a spot opens back up. So it's not like they can just put him on. You'd have to remove another player. And I believe it would have to be an injury-related situation. So, yeah, when he gets back to practice, that will be something to watch. But with that said, I mean, I think John Hole is a good addition they brought in.
Okay.
And, they've got Nico, this other freshman from New Jersey, who was a really highly recruited guy. So they've got 2 other kids that are D1 level kickers on the roster, with Albano being the one that started last season.
That'd be Nico Ottomanelli, Sean, of Harrington Park, New Jersey. No,
you just wanted to show off and say that, Sip.
That's right.
He's proud of himself.
Sean, it's right on my screen is what it is. Nico Ottomanelli. John Hole, you're talking about. We don't now, Sean, we know nothing. They haven't kicked in college, right?
Well, John Hole kicked at Iowa Western, for a year. And then Coastal Carolina watched him live this summer, and they offered him a full ride. So he was getting, looks. Like Scott Strohmeyer, the Iowa Western head coach, told me that Hole was going to be their guy. And he goes, the minute Nebraska saw him kick live, he goes, I knew that they were going to want him. I mean, they were really high on him. In high school, you just don't get the development. And as a kicker, I think he's really grown just in the last year or two since he's left high school. So I think he's a sleeper to watch in this whole thing, just based on what Strohmeyer, a guy I've known a long time, has said the kind of player he was going to be for them at Iowa Western.
I want to go back to Friday real quick, Sean. David Sanders Jr. came to Nebraska on an unofficial visit. Quite a crowd was there for his welcoming to Nebraska. I'm curious, where do you think Nebraska stands on him now compared to before, when he announces on August 17th where he's going to go to school?
Yeah, I think they're definitely in the conversation. Remember, back in May, they didn't even make his top 6, and now they're in his top 4. And a lot of people think it's Nebraska and Tennessee right now, but Tennessee has been labeled, in my opinion, the team to beat. I mean, they're less than 4 hours from Charlotte, where he's from. He's been to the campus 8 times. If it's NIL, they'll match any number. But David Sanders, I don't think it's necessarily just about the money. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of money wherever he goes. Mm-hmm. It's about the fit and the place that he wants to be, his family wants to be. And Nebraska's really made a strong pitch, and enough to get him back here for a short visit. But Dylan Raiola is leading the charge. I would say without Dylan Raiola, Nebraska's not in this race, but he has personally recruited this guy and was the first person that he saw when he landed, and spent every second with him when he was on campus.
Also, Michael Terry and Isaiah Mosey. Where does Nebraska stand? Okay, these guys are offensive players. Mosey's a receiver committed to Oregon. I call him a kind of a hybrid player because he can play running back. Now, that's just my opinion. And then Michael Terry is probably a receiver, a big 6, Sean, what is he? Is he 6'3"?
Yeah, he's like a Debo Samuel type player.
Okay.
I mean, he can play a lot of positions, and that's what Nebraska has said. Michael Terry, the number 1 ranked athlete in the country, also a 5-star. Nebraska's pitch to him is like, we're going to almost treat you like a Carter Nelson and create your own position, get you on the field. And that will actually be a good sales pitch. And when they show the season of Carter Nelson is kind of what we think he's going to be, like, yeah, if you're a good football player, we're going to find a way to use you, get you on the field. And he's down to Oregon, Texas, and Nebraska, but he's from San Antonio, which is very close to Austin. So Texas is kind of the perceived leader there, but Nebraska's been on him hard. He's been up here multiple times. I feel like they've got the best sales pitch to him as far as how they want to use him. That's what he told me actually in May when we visited. So getting him back here again was big. I still think, you're talking about Oregon and Texas, 2 other major NIL players. So that will also be, a guy, a 5-star player. If you get him, there's a significant NIL opportunity probably tied to that. Mosey, I really like Nebraska's chances. Obviously, with his dad Jamar joining the staff, coaching offense this year, helping with the receivers. I would expect, I wouldn't be surprised if he flips here sometime in August from Oregon and Nebraska. We'll just kind of see how that plays out.
Sean, always good stuff. Thanks for the time. We will chat with you again next Wednesday.
Sean, thanks for your patience.
Thanks, guys.
His Husker line, Sean Callahan. He had to get to 6:45 somewhere else.
That was a hard out.
It's okay.
I wanted to ask him about puddles.
Oh, what do you think you would have said about puddles?
I'd like to have heard a Puddles story.
Did he get a selfie with Puddles, Sean?
No, Sean, he was teaching our intern stuff yesterday. I think he was kind of busy.
Sean was teaching yesterday.
Well, we have an intern.
I know that.
Named Joseph, and Sean was kind of showing him the ropes.
Do you have to show the ropes at all?
They don't let me.
No, you're not
You've
allowed.
never shown a rope to anyone in the.
Oh, I have.
I'm sure you have.
Just not a Husker Online, apparently.
Yeah.
Joseph, I will obviously help along the way. Yesterday was, we were
First day.
Yeah,
his first day.
Yeah, he did. He
Wow.
wrote a good story. He wrote
Wow.
he wrote a story about the receiving corps. It was good. Very good first story by the young man. Now he's the sports editor of the Daily Nebraska, sports editor.
Oh.
Ben
It's
knows
a big
it.
deal.
Ben knows
It's a big deal.
Yes.
By the way, Saturday, the practice, you can still buy your tickets. Huskers.com/tickets. August 3rd, 6:30, under the lights. So we'll keep going. Probably, what do you think, a couple hours? How do you think?
Yeah.
How long, 2 hours, would you think, for the practice?
imagine.
Probably, yeah, it'd be a couple hour practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
$25. Great experience for you on a Saturday night. It's $25. Huskers.com/tickets. All the proceeds go to $18.90 for NIL.
Yes.
So,
For
be there.
David Sanders.
David Sanders and
Not joking.
Michael Terry.
yeah.
What if the money
Yeah.
went right? Yes, Ben mowed it right to him.
Wouldn't surprise me all that much.
It'll tie into my Bill Thrills today.
Oh,
Okay.
There'll be a
That's a
Bill
tease.
Thrills tie into that today, like that. I do have something to add.
Okay.
Please
we
add,
guess,
I
Bill.
could add something as you were going through, for Husker fans, you were going through all the positives coming up, which is a ton, right? So when you went through and you talked about defense, you talked about Nash, Ty, Butler, Jay Wright, Bullocks, Buford, Gifford, Tommy Hill, Hartzog, all those guys are really good players. That there needs to be said, because I was not there. I was only there for 1 year doing the special teams, then to defensive coordinator. So I wasn't there for part of it. Same way on the offensive side of the ball. You have to give the Frost staff and credit.
Those
So
are
all
guys-
these
those are all
all these
guys,
players you were talking about were all here.
Yeah.
Those guys were all here.
I'm glad you're doing that.
So almost every starter on defense, pretty close to it, that was in place.
People don't want to hear that, but it's good.
And offensive line,
All those guys. Teddy?
Scott was not there.
No, not Ben Scott.
He's the only one. And
Mazuka
wasn't there if he's a starter, which we
But-
think now is.
But
The running backs were all there. Quarterback, obviously,
Yeah.
quarterbacks are new. That's
New.
a new position, and wide receivers fairly new. All my point is
A lot of
when,
dudes.
when they start talking about all those players, that means that staff with Frost leading it, but especially the assistant coaches. And I can say that because I'm not patting myself in the back. That wasn't me. Like
I got you.
Timmy was my only guy that I recruited.
they got some guys. They got some guys, and they developed some guys.
And they developed it. And they're older, and now you got some 6-year guys.
Mhm.
You know, and Ty's 6 years. Is that correct? I
Ty's
believe?
6 year for
So
sure.
that's a big difference. But
Ty's 6 year for
yeah.
sure. Nash is 5th year, I think. Gifford's 5th year, but Ty's 6 year. But Bill, you're right, and there is. We do this with the Frost era guys where we don't give them any credit. So I'm glad you're giving them credit. There were actually players developed during that time. There were players developed, and so that
they've been developed more. They've been
developed
now
more,
they've been developed more.
Yeah.
They're older, been around. But like I said, it's just interesting when you start listening to the names of who was there and
good players too.
Good players, and also quality people.
Real
How many times you heard a bunch of off the field issues?
That is something
That's a good point.
we
I
need
mean,
to
not
address at
much.
some point. I don't know what's happened at Nebraska. There's never any off-field.
It's been quiet.
I don't know if that's a media thing. I don't. Now, I will tell you this, Bill. You'd be interested in Jake. Be semi-interested. We at the Journal-Star. We used to. It was fast. This was a fascinating part of the Journal-Star to me. Every day, the police reporter would leave on Parker Gabriel's desk or Brian Christopherson's desk and my desk the arrest report from the previous night. So that would be part of the beat writer's job, is to scour that. And you, first of all, sometimes you see football names. Second of all, sometimes you see people names you know. I got popped last night.
Whoops! I'll give a call.
But anyway, I don't know if that's going on. I mean, I don't know if I assume it is to a certain degree.
No, because no one's missing it. In today's world, there's nothing being missed. Matter of fact, it'd be more just the opposite of, even if it didn't come across your desk, somebody would know about it in social media that would report it themselves. There'd be somebody reporting this themselves.
If someone got DWI,
if that happened, there would be somebody reporting it, because it'd be like
something.
Somebody might be in the car with him. He
Domestic.
tells his friend, and they know of everything. So, but it's So it's a great job for those young men on the team, obviously.
I don't think there's much trouble at all anymore.
Doing a great job by the current staff.
Social media does not miss that kind of stuff. No. By the way, people are saying, don't jinx a sip.
I don't think there's anything at all.
Don't jinx a sip.
And there hasn't been for some time.
Oh, great.
No, it's a high character team, Bill. You're right. It's high character. We haven't had a lot of issues at all. And there used to be, God dang, there used to be. Trust me. I mean, and I got stories about both.
Well, then anytime you have to have that conversation of how are you going to handle this? Well, we're going to handle it internally. We're going to do whatever it is. What is the procedures of so had this happen? What is the procedure to this? And like I said, you haven't heard that for forever.
No, you haven't heard much of that.
No, you have. Before we break, segment 2 is sponsored always by our friends at Beck's Hybrids. Come join the Beck family on August 13th. In Goner for the annual Nebraska Becknology Days. How about that? Becknology Days.
Bill will be there.
Come get lunch, learn about the latest in agronomy research, browse commitment rewards items, and bring your kids for ice cream and activities. It's fun for the whole family. Doors open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. with free admission. Go to BecksHybrids.com for more details. And always remember, faith, family, and farming. August 13th at
the 3
Goner.
I will get a hold of Trevor. I don't have the latest details. I want to know what the toppings are for the ice cream.
Ooh, good question.
That's always a big thing. It's like, hey, is it soft serve? Okay, that's fine. Can we get a bowl?
Fudge and Hershey syrup?
Syrup like that. Nothing wrong with just straight Hershey syrup.
Nothing.
No, I take that.
No, it'll kill me.
Yeah.
It'll kill me.
Yeah.
It'll kill me. Hey, Becknology. How about that?
That's just creative. That's Sonny again at it.
That's Sonny.
Becknology.
Sonny sent that information to Trevor, said, hey, go with this. And they just relayed it right back to us. How about that for a day?
Activities.
Activities.
August 13th in Goner. Check it out for Becknology Days.
That's wholesome America.
The date again, Jake?
August 13th, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
We'll see everyone there.
Beck's in Goner. When we come back, Song of the Day and the Mailbag on Early Break on the Ticket.
What the Song of the Day today?
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
Without a strong IT partner, your business ends up overspending, underperforming, wearing too many hats, complicating your work, and more. Applied Connective Technologies can help with experts in every facet of technology. If it plugs in, powers on, or charges up, they're your people. Imagine being able to call one team for all your technology solutions rather than a village of vendors and providers. For all your needs in managed IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, and audio or video, head to appliedconnective.com to better your business today.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in July. Try any of their delicious breakfast burritos or sandwiches for a great summer breakfast with the family. And don't forget, 10% of all Karma Latte sales go to the Pediatric Cancer Action Network. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe. For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay,
Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Honey, I'm so excited about the Nebraska Lottery's Lotto America Ticket Snap promotion.
Really?
Yeah. When you buy a Lotto America ticket with the All-Star bonus by August 5th and enter the voucher number online, you could win Nebraska football Skybox season tickets or other great football prizes. Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting you don't know a lot about football.
Well, the Skybox would be a great place to see whether they use the spread, shotgun, option, or I formation.
Lotto America top prize odds, 1 in 26 million.
As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddle's Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddle's Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddle's Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddle's Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddle's inside Gateway Mall.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough? If you're a big tough guy this morning,
but you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
He stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and the Ticket FM.
Once again, your song of the day from 1984, I'll Wait by Van Halen. 464-56851 is bad. 10 is good. Text your rating on the Sartor Hamann Jewelers song of the day. I did play Unchained a couple weeks ago by Van Halen.
Was that Van Hagar?
No, I think that was.
It's not Van Hagar.
Okay.
That was Van Halen. That was good Van Halen. This is a very interesting song, isn't it? That Jake picked. It's not one of the
good driving beat. I like the beat of
it's
that
not
song.
one of the staple songs. It's good. It's not a deep cut, but I could pick 7 songs I like.
Yeah, sure.
From Van Halen more than
Before
that
that one.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Bill. We're talking about Jump, Running with the Devil, Hot for Teacher,
Running with the Devil.
The
Yeah.
start of
Hello,
that song.
yeah, that's-
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ain't Talking About Love, Dance the Night Away, Panama. See, I'm just ripping through their hits.
Bunch of them.
Ice Cream Man's a funny song.
Ice is funny. I'm your ice cream man.
Stop me as you're passing by.
It's a great song.
But that was good. That was good. And that was creative. I don't know. We'll get to how you chose it, but that was is very unexpected, which I appreciate. And I like the song. It's a great Van Halen was just a
They were dudes.
badass rock band. 7.8975.
Okay. Bill?
So, quick story.
Okay.
On them. Lead guitarist for Van Halen was
Eddie Van Halen.
Exactly. Known as maybe the best, one of the best, whatever. Just whatever. He's classified
For sure
as
one
that.
of the best, yeah.
And when they opened or he opened or something that way for Journey treated him like crap. He didn't care. He just went out and played.
Really?
Yeah, I read that article the other day on him.
Seriously, you went down a rabbit hole?
Yeah, I went down a rabbit hole there and reading about how Journey didn't treat him very well when he opened up for him. Yeah. I enjoyed the band. It was in our ear, right in our wheelhouse. Knew all the songs. Yeah.
Right in the wheelhouse.
Like that. Songs,
we're in high
doesn't stink, but it's close. It's a 4.9. Doesn't do anything for me. Yeah,
Are you talking about this song?
This song. Yeah,
Wow.
this song. Yeah, this song. Yeah. I would
Really?
never keep it on.
What?
No chance. No chance I would ever keep that song on.
What is wrong with you?
No, you didn't even really like it. You just
I
kind of
don't say that.
You didn't like. Jake didn't even like it because Jake
I was
likes
head
it.
popping.
When Jake
I was
likes it,
head
he
popping.
plays 2 minutes of the song. We know that when he has a winner, he plays that song. This one he went.
I went Heyman.
He went Heyman on this one. We'll cut that a little short.
You're a little more black and white in your ratings than me, because I will give points for creativity, and I'm surprised.
4.6 to a 4.9, right in that era. That's it. Yeah, nothing. I would not keep it on. No interest. It'd be the filler song. It'd be the one song like that if they played it was in concert. Like, I'm going to the bathroom quick. I'll be back.
Oh, I would not do that.
When Ice Cream Man comes on, I'll be back.
Okay, that's not a
Okay,
bad way.
we got to guess young Ben's score, and Bella was here for that song too.
Ben's going to be a 6.2. Bella's a 4.9.
Flip them.
I think Bella's going high.
3.2.
3.2 from Bella.
At that.
7.6 from Ben. Okay.
And he says Van Halen is great.
Yeah, but was the song great, Ben? That's the it wasn't.
He gave it a
actually-
7.6.
So Ben just voted on the band. We just got to the bottom of this. He voted on the band. He didn't vote on the song.
Bella did not like the song.
No.
not
This
about
isn't Brandy.
It's not
No,
Brandy.
this isn't
No,
Looking Glass.
This is not Looking Glass.
This is not
which is
Looking Glass.
her
doesn't
favorite
mean
song
it's
of all
not,
time.
It doesn't mean it's not good because it's not Brandy. I'm interested in your score on that. I don't quite understand.
I'm surprised at Bill's score. I thought I had you pegged around 7.8 to 8.2, so you're right there.
Yeah, it's
but
not nothing.
I get it.
It's got energy to that song.
I think there's
though, you know?
energy.
There's
It's sort of an interesting song to me. I'm surprised. I just don't know what to say, Bill.
Just play this first 10 seconds of Run with the Devil. Yeah, and
I have played that
first
song.
song.
I will get ripped for playing that again. I played that song.
Yeah, you will
before.
get
I
ripped
played
for
pretty much all of Van Halen now at this point.
Have you played Ice Cream Man?
I have not played that one.
We'd love to hear it. Just do it. I know
We'll
you
see.
can.
We'll see if we get to Ice Cream Man at some
It's
point.
funny.
Hot for Teacher's funny too.
Rating, Bill and Ben at 6.5, Triple H's dad a 7, Sandmaster and Casey 8.7, makes his new ACL feel a little better.
New ACL. That's awesome.
Surgery
Rehab
yesterday.
that baby.
Yep. Mike and Dalton an 8, Jennifer 7.5, hubby 8.1. That's more like it for them. They've been a little lower recently for their scores. Corey and Lincoln, want to guess his score?
Oh boy, this is still. Jeez, I just think this is Corey. 5.
3.
3.
Says
Thank
Van
you.
Halen is very hit and miss, and this was a miss from Van Halen.
Thank you.
Corey.
Thank you,
He
Corey.
agrees with Bill.
Yeah, he did. Ellis in Illinois, 8.2. Who in Columbus?
Bird!
3 from Bird in Columbus. It's a 3 there. Scott
Corey and
Bancroft.
Bird. Yeah.
They're
What's
both
Scott give it?
threes.
What's Scott give
Scott
it?
gave it a 2.77.
Thank you. Thank you.
4.5 LB in Minden. Scooter and Roca says, meh, 6.8.
It's a little man, but I mean,
I think I nailed it. I feel good about my.
The Virginia Pirate, that's new,
That's new.
2.2. I haven't seen the Virginia Pirate for the show before.
that's awesome.
Anything on beef taco?
I don't see. I see
Wet blanket.
I see Nels in Big Fork, Montana, 3.
Where
on
are
that
you,
one.
WB?
Where's
Big-
the blanket at?
Throw a wet blanket on Jake.
Sanderson, 5.5. John in Des Moines, he likes Van Halen. That's
Come
a
on,
9
come on.
from
Yeah.
John.
Ooh, John gave it
loves
a 9.
Van Halen.
John gave that a 9.
Joel in Wisconsin says Ice Cream Man is definitely a must play. Get on that one, Jake. All right, I'll see. I'll play at some point. The OG CJ, 4.2. Agree with Bill.
Yeah, they're all. It's
Yeah, it's never great when you play the song and people just say, "Hey, play these other songs from that band." Tells you right there. That just wraps it up.
I think it's more complex than you make it out sometimes. It's.
I'm just the opposite. I'm like, no, don't like it. Wouldn't
I know.
listen to
Yeah,
it.
we're a little different.
That you take more. I'll give you more time to it. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
All right, there's your song of the day. It's time for the mailbag. Here we go.
Oh, we're doing the mailbag?
Here we go. The mailbag is always sponsored by our friends at Applied Connective Technologies. What will you not say when you use Applied Connective, Bill?
I've been hacked.
Won't happen. You won't say it. You won't say it because you won't get hacked with them. IT experts.
Will reached out to me. He said he has a tech person in Lincoln and wants to come meet with you, Jake. He can solve the problem of the car. What happened with the windows and the sunroof? He can solve the problem.
I need to know the explanation. Is there a ghost in my garage?
They
my
can
house?
solve it. They can solve it. Also, you have ghost. They also have a special ghost camera, so they can pick up ghosts. Just have a ghost outside your house. Ooh.
Come on.
Yeah.
The ghost sound.
Yeah, I got that. Nebraska's preferred tech partner, AppliedConnective.com. Call 866-358-0109 for a free consultation. Okay, to the mailbag. Joe says, Bill, is this humidity like what it's like in LSU for humidity-wise down there these last couple of days?
No, doesn't even compare. Doesn't even remotely compare. But it's real. It's but like I said,
it doesn't.
For at least 6-7 months out of the year, maybe even more than that, I drove to work with my wipers on, and it wasn't raining. It was just humidity. I rode early in the morning. I would drive to work with my wipers on. So it wasn't like you just got up there and hit them once and nope. You ran them the whole way in.
Not the Gulf of Mexico?
What's that?
Because the Gulf?
The Gulf. Yes.
Yeah, I've been to New Orleans enough times to know that is ridiculous in the because we take our summer vacations there. It was ridiculously hot. Ridiculous.
And then also that you would get, like I said, you would get thunderstorms during camp every day.
Yeah, every day.
Every day you would get the number of times we'd all of a sudden be like, we middle of practice, we go inside. And have to finish practice up inside. And it would be, so we would stretch inside. Everything else was out on the Ponderosa, as they call it. That's where you headed out for practice. Everything was always outside.
LSU.
But when you ran back inside, it was a weird feeling because you were so soaked in sweat. And then you ran back in, and it was AC in the indoor. And so you'd run in there. It was like,
be careful.
Yeah, it's almost like it was uncomfortable.
Yeah,
at the point. Once you get out there in it and you get going, it's fine. But it's not the same. And tell you one thing I embraced there though, that's the best my skin ever was.
Really?
Yeah, moisture.
Because moisture.
Yeah, humidity. It was like
dry.
I was always in
interesting.
Like I was always in lotion. It was great.
That's gross.
Take a trip to the bayou.
No,
take a trip to the bayou.
I see what you're saying. Go ahead.
From John, he says, good morning, guys. I found a few words that people don't seem to use anymore. They aren't popular, but maybe they should bring them back.
Wow, this is interesting.
Humbuggery, bumfuzzle, rapscallion, galoot, snollygoster, gumption, and druthers. Are there any words you think people should use again that aren't being used anymore?
I've only heard of like 2 or 3 of those.
Galoot's good.
Yes.
You big galoot.
Rapscallion. I like that.
I
like rapscallion.
I like rapscallion. That's
Rapscallion's a great one.
Rapscallion.
Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything right now.
No. I can't.
Well, like befuddled.
Befuddled's pretty good, but I think it gets
Does it get used still?
Yeah.
Yeah, not that much though. That's actually a good one, Jake. Yeah, we'll readdress this as the show goes on.
Things will pop into my head,
Yeah,
but I like those are good words.
We like rapscallion though. That's a good one.
Rapscallion, we like it a lot.
Yeah, and galoot.
Yes.
We have a football question from Paul. It says, good morning, guys. My question is mostly for Bill, but open to other thoughts. With the projected 105 roster limit pending, my belief is that there could be a resulting reduction in portal transfers. This logic being that most teams will be near or at the roster limits most of the year, with much fewer opportunities to just add players that might want to leave other schools. What is the perspective of the three-legged stool on the impact of the roster limit on the quantity of portal transfers?
What do you think, Bill?
Well, it appears right now that the Power 4 conferences will all operate at 105 scholarship.
Full 105.
Full 105. So what he's saying, there's some facts to it that how much space is going to be available. I still think the space will be available. And the reason I think there's going to be more transfers.
Oh, you think it'll be more?
Because they're going to be, just because I think everyone's looking for a different spot. So everyone's going to have spots that open up. Nebraska will have a lot of spots because you're 105 on scholarship. Eventually you're going to say, okay, I'm a scholarship player. I'm a running back at Nebraska. I'm 9th. I'm looking around going like, I got to play. And so there'll be more that when they're that stacked up with 105 scholarship players, the depth at your position is a lot. And so that will make the reason for people to say, I have to go play. I've got, no matter what, when you're talking to people, it's always like, well, I want, first of all, A, I want to play. That's my goal. B, I need film. I want to try to get in the league like that. If you don't have any film, you're not playing. Doesn't get that opportunity.
So yeah, not necessarily.
Just imagine being the fourth running back right now at Ohio State.
Not playing.
With the two guys.
You're not playing.
You're not. You're not playing. Those two guys are going to get all the carries of anything going on.
Travion Henderson and Quinshon Judkins.
So
you don't think it'll.
I know what he's saying. What he's saying is, hey, is that there's not going to be as much space, and there's some truth to that, because before you could NIL scholarship people too. You could just say you never had a limitation. You just say, yeah, we'll take you. Here's the deal. We're out of scholarships, but we'll put together enough money that will pay for equivalency to pay for that. Where now it's going to be, no, we don't. You don't have that opportunity because you're going to be at the 105. So there's some good thought to that.
Good answer. Good question.
All right. That's from Paul in the mailbag. Thank you for all the questions today. It's all the we have time for.
What was that song by Van Halen?
That was I'll Wait.
I'll Wait.
1984.
I'm coming straight for your heart.
Yeah. And you liked it, built it. Say the average rating was about a 5 on the text line, so I guess that's a pretty average song, apparently.
A little below, slightly
for Bill. But when we come back, hour 2 on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and Air Park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Honey, I'm so excited about the Nebraska Lottery's Lotto America Ticket Snap promotion.
Really?
Yeah. When you buy a Lotto America ticket with the All-Star bonus by August 5th and enter the voucher number online, you could win Nebraska football Skybox season tickets or other great football prizes. Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting you don't know a lot about football.
Well, the Skybox would be a great place to see whether they use the spread, shotgun, option, or I formation.
Lotto America top prize odds, 1 in 26 million.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends. As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186. Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA on Saturday, August 10th at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. 9 fights are scheduled for the night, including professional lightweight and welterweight bouts and the main event of Donnie Busch versus Micah Washington in the professional welterweight championship bout. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the MMA fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com. You can get diesel anywhere. But what about Atomic Diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with Atomic Diesel. Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how Atomic Diesel and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity. Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from a program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddle's Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddle's Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddle's Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddle's Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddle's inside Gateway Mall.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Are you a healthy non-smoker? Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research organizations, is seeking people like you, 19 to 64 years old with excess weight, to take part in a research study. You could earn up to $22,500 for participation. This study includes 1 10-night stay, 5 2-night stays, 1 1-night stay, and 17 returns. Learn more at helpresearch.com/dub or call 8662-13-2965.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans and I'm not the Titans. So I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Wednesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on early break. Hour 2, as always, sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in South Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane, also at 70th and Pioneers in Lincoln. And what do we have going on in Creighton, Nebraska with Shin Daddy at Midwest Bank today? Bill?
Jake, breaking news, please.
Hang on. I got that pulled up. Hang on a second.
I knew you would.
Breaking news. What do you got for us, Bill?
Breaking news. Today's anniversary day at Midwest Bank. Shin Daddy, today is the anniversary for his 35th year at Midwest Bank.
Whoa.
35 years at Midwest Bank. Today's the anniversary. Started on July 31st.
That's breaking news.
July 31st. This is breaking news. Yes. Yesterday there was a celebration to start because some people weren't going to be there, but today is the actual day. So if we could please make sure we get your pins ready to write this down. 402-360-0982. Try it one more time, guys. Ben, make sure you're getting this. Ben.
I'm writing it down, Bill.
Look at Ben.
You don't want to text Shin Daddy?
He's not paying
Talking to Bell
attention. He's
over
talking
there.
to Bell
here,
over
and
there.
he's
He got distracted.
Yeah,
Ben got distracted.
Bella.
Shin Daddy's phone number, 402-360-0982. This is year 35, July 31st. So his first day was American National Bank at the time. Joe Radowski was the president. So
I'm sorry.
Joe Radowski was the president. And Steve took over. Steve's been running the bank, basically ever since then, because Steve was with the feds for 6 years.
FDIC.
Comptroller of the currency.
No.
He has right now. He has access to all of Biden's financial records because he has clearance.
Wow.
He has all
of them.
He's still got.
That's significant.
He's still got federal clearance. So
what about Hunter?
Yeah, he's got them all.
Hello.
Right now, you can pull up on his laptop. Right now, hey, you want to see what those guys are doing? I got it right here.
Okay.
So, anyways, day 2 though, he went to Joe and said, "I'd like to start some promotions to do some things in the bank to get things." So 35 years of this, he's been doing it. It's incredible.
This is big. Now, what is planned today?
But there'll be today is he is the one supplying the treats and snacks for the staff. Yesterday, everyone brought his favorite food in, and one of his favorites, Schindler loves an apple pie.
He does.
He loves and he used the term Dutch apple pie. And then they also brought in apple crisp, which they had warm with a scoop of vanilla ice cream, which is this is fabulous food. Wow. So yesterday was a heavy apple-based dessert
today,
but today is more of a breakfast pizza day. Steve is supplying that for the bank. But anyway, year number 35 pizza for Shin Daddy. Year 41 in the banking business because he was with the feds. Prior to that, 402-360-0982. If you could reach out to Steve
and just say
that happy anniversary. Appreciate what you're doing for all the like I said, that he started it 35 years ago. Day 2 is when he started the promotions in the bank.
This is Creighton, Nebraska.
Yes.
It's a long time. 35 years at the bank.
35 years at the bank.
Yes, this is a big day for Steve. And there he is, a cardboard cutout.
Please shoot him a text. Shoot him a text and thank him for his service.
Thank you, Shin Daddy.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm going to shoot him a text.
I will too. Thanks to Midwest Bank for always sponsoring Hour 2. 464-5685. Call or text as always. We did learn something from young Ben right during the break. Did we get a text about young Ben from somebody?
We did.
Is that breaking news too?
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Do breaking news.
Yeah, we're gonna do it one more time. We got important text.
Oh yes. Wow.
Now, I did not receive this text, but I believe, Bill, you did?
I did. I was part of it.
And Sip received it. What was the text
Head football
received?
coach Kirk Frenzen.
Yes.
From Columbus, Lakeview.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, obviously a very established and incredible coach there. I had a chance to go up and speak to the entire staff, or not the staff, I thought all the teachers there. It was a great event. And that's where obviously young Ben is from, which I didn't know that he was the voice of the team for the football game. And
play-by-play.
And coach said he was tremendous. Absolutely did a tremendous job doing the play-by-play.
Ben was the man at Lakeview. He wrote.
And he said he has no trouble with the ladies.
As the voice of the Lakeview Vikings, he had no trouble with the ladies.
Yes.
Wow.
That's directly from the
head coach.
From the head football coach. And he said he was unbelievable behind the mic. It was like the Lyle.
I believe it.
He's like the Lyle Bremser of Lakeview is what he was.
The young.
We need to find some audio of this.
Do we have audio of that? Can we get audio of that, Ben? Ben's got it. I know he did. Look at it. He's like,
of course.
Ben's like, I can actually.
Oh, shucks.
I can produce it in 10 seconds. Can't you, Ben? We want to hear it.
It's probably on his phone at all times. Got it right here.
I'm telling you, I've heard him on the radio. He's good. Ben's good on the radio.
Yeah, Coach is a loyal breaker, so he always listens. So
they won a state championship.
They're really good.
By the way, young Ben has a lot of takes every day too. He says Tootsie Rolls are mid.
Yeah,
for the
he's
kids.
right.
They're mid.
It's one of his better takes.
He hates dark chocolate.
That's one of his worst ones. But the mid on the Tootsie Roll is a good take.
Ben
Nobody ever says, God,
Ben has a take on everything. We found that out. Talk about whatever it was. Talk about vehicles, salary cap, you name it. Ben's got a take on it.
Ben is dialed in and has a thought.
Probably should have.
Ben has also won a state championship. Ben, what'd you win a state championship in? Hang on here. This is the first we know about this. This is the first thing.
I know about it.
Was it debate?
Yeah.
Was it?
Sorry.
Debate.
Yeah.
That's why he's good on the radio.
And his topic is narcissism is a good thing.
He was, but it was a kind of a comedy.
Yes.
It was a comedy.
So does this fall underneath speech and drama? Does it fall underneath that version like that? That would make my sister Tamara very happy. 2-time state champion at Plainview High School.
The management
Hall
here,
of Famer.
The management here informed me of Ben's background, that he has a debate background. That's why he's so good on the radio. That came from management.
Young Ben.
That came from management.
Way to go, young Ben. We're proud of you.
We're not management,
all
Ben.
you've accomplished.
Ben, we're not management.
No, we're not.
Have you figured that one out?
Yeah, we have no say in anything.
No, we're just here.
I don't even know we work here.
We're just in the room. We're just talking in this random room.
That's why we're on the early show.
That's right. You mentioned this earlier, Sip, from yesterday at the media session.
I blew it, didn't I?
You did. It's all right. But you mentioned Marcus Satterfield. It's all right.
You
it
did.
happens.
You blew it.
Yeah.
Marcus Satterfield was at the podium, and he talked about Dylan Raiola and said he's obsessed to be really, really good. Now, you did say that there's been a ton of players that are really talented that don't always feel that way.
I didn't say a ton.
But there
happens.
Though. There are a ton of players in college sports or professional sports that have the ability to be good. They don't really care to be that good, though.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. I just don't. This all falls in line with what I always say about Dylan. I don't worry about him. I don't, if I were a Nebraska fan, I wouldn't worry about the quarterback position. I wouldn't worry about Dylan, except I don't know one box. There's one box. I don't know how he's going to be under pressure. But as far as being prepared, he'll be prepared for games, well prepared, partly because of Donovan. But he can change protections, for instance. The coaches were astounded when he got there, when he was at the line of scrimmage doing that. It's just, come on. It's not, you can overthink this stuff. He's 6'3", 220. He's got a super strong arm. He understands the position. He works. He's obsessed with being good. Those are all the boxes that you want. He'll be the starting quarterback. The only box I don't know is how he'll respond. Well, so let's say it's 21-21 in a horseshoe, and they got the ball with a minute 50 left. Is he okay? Can he do that? Can he orchestrate a drive, or is he too nervous? Does the moment get too big? What if Colorado gets up 17-zip?
Yep.
And the stadium, it can get so quiet in there that you can literally hear a plane flying overhead, and you can hear the murmurs in the crowd. You can hear conversations in the crowd. Then it gets tough. I don't know how he'll be there. I don't know, but all these other boxes are good. He's smart. He knows the position.
You said he pulls all-nighters doing what again from Satterfield?
Satterfield.
The opposite of what have you have done, at least.
Stop. Yeah, I've never stayed up all night to study. I'm not going to lie. He'll stay up all night rewriting notes and rewriting plays just to make sure he can call them in the proper cadence and proper rhythm. That's what Satterfield said, Marcus. He's just obsessed with trying to be really, really, really good. So we'll see what that looks like. He'll be the starter on August 31 against UTEP, and then we'll see. Right now, you just got, it's not like we haven't seen a little bit. Saw his high school. I saw him in Hawaii. He looked good. But everything changes on Saturday.
Bill, you've worked with a lot of great athletes in your time and all across college sports and college football. How many ever talk about the obsession of being really, really good and then backing it up with the performance on the field?
Yeah, obviously you you just sense it more than it's said to you.
Yeah, they don't say it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't say it like that, and I'm sure that that Dylan doesn't do that either. Where he comes in and makes an announcement.
I'm obsessed with being good.
Yeah, Ray comes in and addresses the team with what he did last night. He's just doing his stuff on his own like a pro, which is very, very impressive. The interesting part, this has nothing to do with Dylan or any of the stories. Like some people are obsessed with looking obsessed. And so I've been around those people before. They're obsessed with they're obsessed with being like, man, I'm doing this or that, and they're really not putting in that work. I've been around those before, where it's like always here, always there, always doing stuff. But then at the end, it's like going, I don't know if he really is putting in the actual time on it. So I've been around some of those in the past, or somebody, and everyone who's ever played or coached knows who those guys are. And the other ones know the ones that just kind of, like I said, they just take care of their business. They do the things they have to do. And a lot of that comes down to, like I said, sometimes you'll see people doing extra work on the field and those things but how do you prepare to be a football player? And so just the amount of preparation time, how you watch film, what are you looking at? I'm watching cut-ups, I'm watching game film, I'm watching situational football, and I'm watching all these different things. I'm watching my matchup. That's a big part of, if you're a D lineman or a D end, I'm watching my matchup. What does my offensive tackle look like in the pass rush? What's his weaknesses? He's given up 8 sacks. Let me watch those 8 sacks that he gave up. Let's watch this. So that's always a big part of how you really prepare yourself.
Javin Wright.
To go.
You call him Javin?
Yeah.
Javin Wright.
It's not Javin, it's Javin.
Javin Wright talked about, he said that film study, he said 80% of the game's mental. So he said film study is maybe the most important thing.
Yeah, don't disagree. I mean, you have to be able to do things physically, but when you have that ability, you have to play ahead. It can't be like, oh, didn't see that coming. Like, yeah, it's 3rd and 8. What's the situation? What's going on? What's the play call going to be? Or you're just like shocked. It's the same way when you call a game. The players should look at you just so relaxed. Like, I knew that's what he was going to call because we went over this. It was very well documented all week long with what we're going to do in these situations, when we're going to call it. All the stuff is going to come up. We knew this was what
Reimer didn't give you a palms up very often.
No, there was no palms up. And so those things make such a difference. If all of a sudden your team looks over like going like, what? But that's like 19th on the call list. That was like a plan B, and all since the first 3rd and 8, and that's what we're calling. That's an odd situation. So when the players can be relaxed within the game plan, they know, yes, this is exactly what's going on, what's going to happen.
Bill and Jake, I mean, me and you are novices. And it becomes apparent sometimes when you're listening to these kids like Javin Wright. By the way, Javin Wright, we don't talk enough about. I don't know why it is.
Really good player.
I know. I don't know why it is in this market. We don't talk about maybe the best looking player on the defense. I mean, one of the most athletic. Length. Yeah. Good God.
We just went through a couple years of
blood clots
of just injuries. And I said, they're just setbacks.
2 torn labrums. Blood clots, I think ligament issue in his ankle. So yeah, he went through a lot of stuff, but he was talking about film study. I'm addressing Jake and myself. The question was basically how to watch film. And it's important that you just don't say, well, I'm going to go watch film. You got to know what you're looking at and what you need. God, he started going through it. Like, I don't even know. Football is, nobody will convince me that football is not complex. Nobody. He started talking about, well, you got to, you look at the red zone stuff. You look at 3rd down, 2nd down. Sometimes sometimes I'm not even sure what they're talking about. There's just it's situational is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. It changes from down to down.
Yeah.
Changes from down to down with what's going on, how it's played. It's probably a little more broken down, not really broken down, but it's a little slower because there's not as much tempo in the NFL, but there's still, then you're dealing with, a fast paced offense. Oh, by the way, it's college situational. Tempo. And so there's so many things to take into it. And there's 22 parts moving at one time. And there's calls being made on each side. You'll watch an NBA game or at that, and you'll watch they're doing nothing more than just kind of like almost cheerleading, or as far as like encouragement. Like that. They're not calling every time up and down the floor. No. They'll call some out of bounds plays. They'll have an end of the deal. Or here's what we're going to do. Call a timeout, 2.3 seconds. We need a 3. Mm-hmm. What are you drawing up for us? That stuff, or how we change in the defense. But nothing is elaborate
elaborate
is what's going on with offense
That's the
and defense in college football, pro football, anything. There's nothing elaborate. Elaborate.
No, and I know it changes from position to position. I think a corner, maybe it's not as elaborate, right?
There's position like that. There's less. There's some things that are less elaborate, but yet then there's also it's harder physically to do. Type of thing. It's very elaborate for a middle linebacker.
Inside linebacker like Javin.
Yeah, all of a sudden you're going to be like, okay, who can block me? Well, all these guys could. They could do this. They could do this. It's run. You can be in run pass conflicts of different things. So there's a lot of things going on.
Javin Wright said something interesting too. The in response to a very good question by me.
Wow, great question, Sip.
He's one of the better looking athletes. He's one of the better pure athletes on the team. You would say, right? Just
Absolutely.
Pure. He's 6'5" and 220 and can run and long levers.
He's violent too. He's violent.
God bless you, Chip.
Violent.
We don't talk about him enough. I said, so when you think of the best athletes on the team, you're one of them. Who else? And he said Tommy Hill. He said Tommy Hill, absolutely. I mean, Tommy Hill's 205 at corner. That's good. 6 foot 205. I'll take that corner. And he said Ty Robinson. He said Robinson runs to the ball incredibly fast for a big man. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's fun to see him to be able to do that. You know what's interesting about Jay Wright is that
Javin Wright,
that his dad was probably the most violent
Toby
that I've ever coached.
Ever.
So you coached Toby?
Yes. Coaching that
Safety.
was a graduate assistant.
Safety.
Yes, but he was the most violent player that I ever coached. Ever. And I've had unbelievable players. And like I said, I was terrified of him because he was so violent in his tackling. And I had a lot of conversation about keeping his eyes up and his head up. And obviously George did too, with him. But Toby Wright was probably one of the best players I've ever coached. And he's also, like I said, one of the most violent players he's ever coached. So his son takes that trait on, which is very impressive with him.
Violence. See, violence is good on a football field, Jake.
I'm aware of that.
Yes.
You have
I'm aware.
two as your quarterback.
I know. Yeah, he's a victim of violence, and he can't handle.
I'm joking.
He can't handle the violence. He gets hurt.
He's
too
fine,
much.
but yeah, the film study, when you listen to a player like Javin, who's a smart kid, talk about how important it is and how elaborate it is. It's striking to me. It's striking. So that's that.
All right. Before we get to break, quick plug for our friends at Tradeoff. Grain marketing, very important. Not easy to do, but it can be easy if you use Tradeoff with GoTradeoff.com.
Tradeoff.
GoTredas.com. Adam Ickes is the man.
I put it.
Oh, Adam.
I liken it to this. So if I remember when I had an opportunity to go to the NFL with Brad Childress, and he goes, Bill, I'll bring you in as the assistant DB coach, then make you for the Vikings, Minnesota Vikings.
Cool.
And I'll move you into because it takes some time. That's what my whole life's been in football. All it's been is football, college football. If all of a sudden tomorrow I'm the DB coach for the Jets, that's a lot for me. And my whole life's been spent like that. I would be like, whoa, hang on. This is a little bit of a different game. There's different hashes. There's different things going on.
Different hashes.
There's different stuff going on here. There's just everything about it, how they practice and things. It's just different. I would be taken back the same way in farming. Same exact way in farming. Hey, I farm. That's all I do my whole life. I farm. I know what's going on. I have this stuff. And all of a sudden it's like comes to like that. Oh, now you have to sell it. Now you have to try to get that because that's where your cash is. You can raise all the products you want. If you don't sell them,
It's got to be sold.
If you don't sell them at the right price, yeah, that's what they do. They're like a brokerage firm. They tell you when to sell and what to do. So if you don't have that, you've lost. Like what an unbelievable job. You're the best farmer I've ever seen. How'd you do when you sold everything? No, not so good. That's the only part that matters is the end part. So the same way with me, like I said, if I had to go to college into the NFL, I'd be like, you know what I need? I need a version of Tradeoff.
You know what he's doing right now, Jake?
What's that?
This is what coaches do well. The why. Why is Tradeoff important? You handle that incredibly well because coaches can do that. They have to explain the why. You just explain the why.
You just have to have the
why Tradeoff?
Why Tradeoff? It's real simple.
You wanna make
your money. Be the best farmer you can be. Be the farmer. Do everything you have to do. And then when it's time to be able to go sell, that's what you do. Like I said,
reap your rewards for your hard work.
Absolutely.
Get a hold of Adam Ickes.
Go to a pro. Go to Central City. Go to Hardington. Get it done.
GOTREDAS, Tradeoff.com. Go Tradeoff.com. Thank you for that, Bill. When we come back, Bill's Thrills on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Without a strong IT partner, your business ends up overspending, underperforming, wearing too many hats, complicating your work, and more. Applied Connective Technologies can help with experts in every facet of technology. If it plugs in, powers on, or charges up, they're your people. Imagine being able to call one team for all your technology solutions rather than a village of vendors and providers. For all your needs in managed IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, and audio or video, head to appliedconnective.com to better your business today.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and Air Park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. Navigating the legal system can be stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. Liberty Law Group is here to do the heavy lifting for you. We believe in treating every client with respect and understanding. When you're in need of legal assistance, trust Liberty Law Group to fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Honey, I'm so excited about the Nebraska Lottery's Lotto America Ticket Snap promotion.
Really?
Yeah. When you buy a Lotto America ticket with the All-Star bonus by August 5th and enter the voucher number online, you could win Nebraska football Skybox season tickets or other great football prizes. Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting you don't know a lot about football.
Well, the Skybox would be a great place to see whether they use the spread, shotgun, option, or I formation.
Lotto America top prize odds 1 in 26 million.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
You can get diesel anywhere, but what about atomic diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with Atomic Diesel.
Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how Atomic Diesel and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity. Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Today might be the first day of fall camp, but tomorrow is conference call day for Bill. With
Yes,
First
it
Rate
is.
Ag. That's right. It's a big
Is
day.
What time is this?
Let's coddle.
What's time?
What's that? 10:44. 10:44.
On the dot. Not
On the
45, 44.
Is this a video conference or just?
What's that? Just phone. I got a phone call. Go ahead with your. I'm sorry.
First Rate Ag, full service
Rate
ag retailer offering everything from crop protection to lawn fertilizer. Been around for 25 years in business. Reach out at 308-995-8327 or firstrateag.com.
Ben has joined in.
Yes, Ben's joined in.
Look at Ben.
Ben was
Listening now?
checked. He wasn't only checked out, but he wasn't checked in with what was going on in the show. Had no. I asked him what was in the last segment. He goes, he couldn't recall anything.
He was just yapping
Yeah,
over
he
there.
was over there.
He did
Yeah.
a first rate ag thing.
Yes.
Two index fingers up.
Yes, he got fired up
He was
about that.
dialed in.
So I got a photo from Parker. Look at that.
Ooh.
Isn't it nice to get a morning ag photo?
Parker's just here.
Yes.
No, that was
No,
Trevor.
that's Trevor. Completely wrong company.
Bex,
Yes.
Parker, First Rate Ag.
They all tie together. I get that, but
Parker should come here sometime.
Yes,
though. We really should.
So right now he's coddling the beans.
That wasn't Ickes. That was just.
The soybeans.
It's Parker.
Soybeans is what's going on right now, and there is going to be a summit.
A summit.
Yes.
A soybean summit.
No, Ickes is getting together with Trevor
Jeez.
and with Parker. The three are taking over kind of the state of Nebraska in agriculture.
About time.
But it's nice to get the photo today from Parker of the soybeans and just the sun coming up. Oh, it's incredible.
Parker that sent that.
Parker sent that.
Trevor
From
was
Boulder.
just here.
Trevor is just
You
here.
got some hats.
And
Had hats.
Ickes, we know.
And we know, yes.
And they're all getting together.
They're all
The
getting
summit.
together for a summit of
It's kind of a
agriculture.
young guy summit.
It is a young guy summit, yes. I wonder what kind of music they'll play. I wonder what they'll have.
I'll Wait by Van Halen.
No.
That's their walk-up music, right?
There's no chance. There's no chance. Although we're a little taken back because Trevor's from Nebraska and had no idea where Columbus Lakeview was.
That's true. He said
It's
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Yep, he said
Good.
that.
I'm not bad mouth.
He's from McCook, and he said he drove through Winnebago for the first time in his lifetime last
Yes.
weekend to go to
Bill,
Minneapolis.
you're not going to like this,
Yeah.
but it's just, is this real? Okay.
Oh, is it breaking news?
No,
Okay.
it's not. No.
Yeah.
John Mabry, who was the sports editor at the Lincoln Journal-Star, the esteemed John Mabry,
He called you Paps.
called me Paps.
I like that nickname.
Yes.
He gave I'll Wait an 11 and called it a Van Halen classic.
Okay, I have great respect for him, but as a
Disagree
person
with his
and
music.
as a yes, but disagree with that in music wise.
That's fine.
Thank you for the soybean
Yes.
update from Parker.
Yes.
Parker, Trevor, and Adam.
That's right. That's
Names
the
to know.
summit.
Yeah.
The summit.
The summit.
It is time, without further ado, for Bill's Thrills on a Wednesday. Here we go.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh, yeah.
We
This is gonna be
need it.
bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. Have you seen? I sent it to you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes, as always, Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows of Lincoln. Call them at 402-730-7387 for a free consultation to plan your financial future today.
The market's been good, and if you're tied in with these guys, you're rolling in cash. And I love. It's free money is fun. Making money.
I like free money.
Making money while you sleep, and that's what they do.
God
That's
dang it.
Go ahead, take a nap, wake up, have more money. Think about that.
That's a good
good's
life
that?
right there.
That's what Scott. That's what they build for you. That's what those guys do there. Take a nap, wake up with more money. That's
Is that the slogan of the company?
One of their slogans. Yes, it's one of their main slogans.
I like that.
Take a
Good
nap,
slogan.
wake up with more money. It's incredible.
Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes.
What do you got for us today, Bill?
Well,
on this Wednesday,
it's technically you always say it's them fighting the words. It really isn't, but some things to discuss.
Okay.
To lock in on. I think it might be
Okay,
educational wise for us. It'll be a good house versus the NCAA.
Okay.
When they say house, that house is a person that has had this settlement that settled in somewhere between $2.7 billion of money going backwards. So should have solved a lot of the red tape with the NIL and collectives, correct? Oh my, not even close. Ross Dellinger talked to me about this. I've done more research on this. The things that are going to go on is incredible. So collectives will still exist. Collectives will still exist. You're going to be able to pay $22.5 million out of your own pocket, which money you have to raise to tie it into NIL to have that money. But the collectives are still there, but they're trying to wrap their arms around the collectives. So now there's going to be, listen to this one, Steve. Now there's going to be a Grand Master. And the Grand Master is like the version of the clearinghouse. And the Grand Master is someone's going to oversee the collectives to make sure that all of the payments are direct NIL, which means they have to prove that it was NIL, not just pay for play. And there's going to be a mediator that's going to be the one who's going to determine this. Do you understand how complicated that is?
Grand Master.
Grand Master is what he's called.
Title,
it's a Grand Master, basically. And they're going to oversee University of Tennessee, Nebraska, K-State, whoever. And so what they're trying to come up with is how do we, first of all, NIL cannot go away legally. You can never say there's just no more NIL money. No. That's been shot down by the Supreme Court. You can make money off your name, image, and likeness. What obviously started to happen was there was just money was just going out, and it's like, well, how did you get that money? When you sit down and like I said, you have a meeting. How did you get that money? So now there's going to be
a Grand Master.
A Grand Master.
Or are there going to be several Grand Masters?
Well, there'll be several. It'll just be one. There'll be several. Oh. Then they have to determine. Now and then here comes the gray part. How do you determine something like yeah, we're a we had him come out to the car dealership and we gave him $500,000 because we value that as that's going to make us $1 million worth of sales over the year, and we think 500,000 is a great investment. So whatever it is, you can always try to justify it. And one person or the NCAA now they're back into enforcement of how are they going to do this and name it, and everyone's going to push the envelope.
Oh, no doubt.
The envelope will be pushed to no end.
Yeah.
And so the complication of still what's going on. So every day, so that rule went through House versus the NCAA. Okay, that's going to help some. They're going to sell this, this stuff. Now we're going to add this version to try to wrap their arms around. So there's somewhat of not only a salary cap, but where someone's saying, no, they did this. They did a something for the ticket and they got paid for that. That's their name, image, and likeness for what they did. Can you imagine how complicated this still is going to be?
No, it's ridiculous.
This is more of an education to the fans of what's going on. So the collective of what's going on at the initiative of 1890 is still ginormous because this is all above and beyond. And it's still going to come down to, because some places, like I said, most likely all the Power Four will all have the money because of the TV revenue. They'll have the $20 million to be able to pay out. Then it's going to be who has the money, who has the on top of money.
And that's probably where the star players come in a lot of the time.
That's where things are going to happen. But there is, if I have time, we have no more time for an interesting story.
Yes.
So if you have, I think it's Najee, if I say it right, Canada from the softball player from Stanford. Okay.
Najee Canada.
Now, BJ's her brother, who I knew extremely well. I recruited him out of Kansas, and he ended up going to Cal. But she goes to Stanford. So I knew her very well during this recruiting process. And had a chance talking to her dad about, she was the Gatorade Player of the Year in Kansas, goes to Stanford, #1 player on the board. She just went to Texas Tech for a little over $1 million as a pitcher.
Really?
Softball pitcher. Listening to the pundits, the highest number they had ever heard for a player was $175,000 in softball. She went to Texas Tech, who's never been a factor in college softball. They've only been to the NCAA tournament. They've never been to the World Series. They had a losing record last year.
So where'd that money come from?
But I think the last name is Sellers. They're billionaires.
Oh, okay.
His wife played softball at Texas Tech, and she would like to have a softball team at Texas Tech. So they decided, think about what that opened up, where all of a sudden you would never think right now that the number one quarterback in the portal was Dylan Gabriel. And to all of a sudden think that he just went to Northwestern. Think about that.
No, I've thought about it. I've thought about what if there's like an incredibly wealthy Wyoming alum who just said, I want Wyoming volleyball to be a powerhouse, and I will pay whatever I have to pay.
And it just started. This started with
Texas Tech's kind of doing that now. I wouldn't be surprised if that person says, well, we got a pitcher, we better get some other players.
Yeah. And it's like, well, how can we start this off? Where in what sport? There's only one sport where one position can actually take over a team.
A pitcher,
because of the rotation of the arm, they get to pitch more innings.
This is all unfolding kind of like I envisioned. This could happen at Toledo, by the way.
Absolutely. We've caught on the show. We've talked about it.
Right.
If someone just says, you know what we're going to be? We're going to be something right here, and we're going to make this.
We're going to challenge Ohio State.
And there's
and I'll pay $50 million.
The Sellers had started it was involved with gas and energy of some sort. That he sold his first company for $2.6 billion, started a new one up, sold it for $6 billion, which means he's doing something else. So he's probably got $10-12 billion put away.
He's got $50 million,
and he decided like, you know what? Let's have some fun. Let's go play. Do you think it bothered him to? No. He made $1 million yesterday.
He's got $50 million.
Yeah.
To finance a team.
Easily. The team. So imagine having that person. Just think of that. Who's one of the biggest players right now? Oregon.
Right.
They got Phil Nye. He's worth $45 billion.
Yeah.
He's worth $45 billion.
There's nothing that would stop Bowling Green from having that.
Nothing. Because if all of a sudden it's like, we're going to put a basketball team together, we're going to pay, each one's going to be $2.8 million. The whole team gets that.
This is great. That Texas Tech is doing that, because I figured there would be outliers. There'd be kind of outposts that would, there's rich people all over the place. Somebody would just throw their money.
Numerous people I know that didn't take the bet. I heard it on another one. I think Cannell was one where he was like, she's going to Oklahoma. And I believe he said, I'm going to quote him, that he would take Oklahoma over the field. Which means, and then remember now in the SEC, there's 13 teams that play softball. All 13 went to the NCAA tournament. All 13 qualified. They have 13 teams. All 13 went. So there's other teams that are pretty good.
Yeah.
Like that. But it's like, no, I was going to Oklahoma. She went to Texas Tech.
Okay,
they had a losing record in the Big 12. You never even heard of them.
That's super interesting. Because she went there because of the $1 million.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just wonder what would stop an SEC team from saying, well, we'll give you $1 million too. You can come and win a national championship.
Somebody has to be the one that runs the.
Now it's possible that's easier said than done.
And this would be one where it comes back to the Grand Master.
Mm-hmm.
So the Grand Master is going to say, hold it. So you're getting this from name, image, and likeness.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't played there. You don't play at Texas Tech. What is your name, image, and now she does have, she was the player of the year.
Right.
She was the player of the year. So she has
a resume.
She has a resume to do that. But it just makes it so, because you imagine, again, going back, that somebody's have to sit down and go over, okay, let me see all your NIL. And was this legit?
Grandmaster.
The Grandmaster to do that.
This is interesting. I don't know that I have any problem with it. I don't know that it matters if you have
it just seems like everyone says the same thing. It's going to be like, there's going to be some people going like, hey, listen, speed limit's 55, stay at 55. Some are going to go just below it. Some are going to just like we normally do. Speed limit's 55, keep her about 62. No one's going to pull you over. You're fine. And there's some are going to be going like, just rip her down about 91 and see what happens until something comes down.
It's not very collegiate. That's the thing.
It's not collegiate, but it's interesting how they're trying to wrap their arms around it. And the story at Texas Tech.
That's a great story.
Is remarkable. And that family is a remarkable family. I had a chance to know that family. And
the Sellers.
Not the Sellers. The
candidate.
Oh, candidates. The Sellers, I'd like to know them a lot. They're worth billions of dollars. I'd love to know them.
I.
He played football for Leach at Tech, and then she played softball there.
I don't know that I have see, this is what I wonder. Do people have a problem with this scenario at Texas Tech?
Well, what it does, it opens up things a lot for every school now. It's going like, hang on, we're viable. If we have the alum and we have some money,
interested alum.
What happens? What would have happened? I'm sure they tried. Who knows what went on in Nebraska? I have no idea. What if all of a sudden she came to Nebraska and you had Jordy Ball and her? You had two pitchers. There's a chance you're going to the College World Series. There's a chance you could win it.
Right.
There really is. If you had 2 of them.
Yeah, all it would take was somebody saying, "Well, we'll give you $1.5 million."
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I'm sure there's a storyline behind it because they don't interview her and have her say, "Well, I took the 1 point whatever million." That's not the case.
You don't see that a lot.
So you don't know what's going on there. But I highly doubt that there's a Texas Tech connection that would make me like, "Well, yeah, that's always been my dream school," or "I've always had a connection there."
The question I have will be is if somebody else enters the sweepstakes, would somebody else enter the sweepstakes and you'd say, well, why would I go to Texas Tech when I can go make $1 million at a contender? That's what I want.
She can make them a contender, though, and say, I was the reason
Well,
why.
that's true.
The rest of the year, I raised them up. Exactly.
Like their version of Dylan Raiola,
Right.
I guess. But
That is $1 million.
Damn.
It's a lot of money in softball.
That's
Rolling it out.
Kid making a mill.
I mean, because the reason that it stands out, it's not because of softball, because of the sport, it's because of the revenue base of the sport. They don't make any money. And so that's a different deal.
I don't know about all this.
That is Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors. It's time to play the game. Yeah, I was trying to get to it, but we had a good conversation going. So
sorry about that.
This is our final game show before the new season
We need to
begins
go out
tomorrow.
a winner, Steve.
Yeah. The record is 107. I think it's 107 and 86. They didn't put up the loss yesterday. 107 and 86. Yeah. So today we talked about Puddles the Duck is here.
Puddles
was here yesterday, the Oregon mascot. Wildcard Wednesday, mascot names. Okay. We got Lil Red, Herbie Husker. Do you know mascot names at universities?
No chance.
I can tell you what it goes.
You're better.
I know who they like.
You're better at this than you think.
464-5685. Shut Up Simple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, the final game show of this season before we start a new season tomorrow. Mascot names on a Wild Card Wednesday. You guys do not feel great about this today, sounds like?
Terrible.
Okay. We'll see. Scott, how do you feel about mascot names in college sports?
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know how good of a chance I have here, so we'll see how it goes.
Well,
we heard that yesterday, and he rattled off every answer correct.
It was ugly.
Yes.
This is Scott.
This is Scott on the line. Scott, first question to you. Bill, a lifeline for SIP for one question. As always, your first question. What school's mascot name is Sebastian the Ibis? Sebastian.
Pretty good chance we're going to pass.
The Ibis. Scott, 5 seconds.
Oh, man.
5,
Coastal Carolina. I don't know.
That's good.
I like that guess.
So you guys are going to pass here, huh?
I'm passing.
That'd be Miami, Florida. Hurricanes. Sebastian the Ibis is their mascot. The bird. Ibis is a bird.
The Miami Hurricanes.
Yes, that's it. The Hurricanes. All right. First question, 0-0 tie. What school's mascot name is Sir Henry?
No reason for me to guess because
don't guess. Sir Henry, Virginia.
I like that with the Cavaliers. Guess it's not right. Do you want that one, Scott, or not?
No chance.
This is a place where Bill coached at. Rutgers is Sir Henry.
Are you sure about
Yeah,
that?
we got Sir Henry. I looked it up. What do you think the name of the mascot was there?
I don't know. He's just a Scarlet Knight. I don't know.
Well, he's got a name.
Scarlet Knight.
You got Herbie Husker. You got Little Red. Sir Henry.
Didn't know that.
Back to you for the lead. Last question, Scott. What school's mascot name is Swoop the Hawk?
These are impossible.
Now, that one I should know. I'll be mad at me for this one, but I'll be mad. I'll be so mad.
Swoop the Hawk. There's technically actually 2 schools that have this exact same name for the mascot. So you got 2 options here.
Oh, God.
But you got 5 seconds on Swoop.
Oh, God.
I was going to say Boston College, but they're the Eagles. That wouldn't make sense.
Okay. 5 seconds. 5.
God, I know this one. I'll be so mad, won't I, Jake? I'll be so mad.
3, 2, 1.
I'm out.
Any guess? Nothing. All right, no.
I guess something.
Well,
No, we don't have to.
You don't have to take it.
Don't take it.
You're going to pass?
No,
that
that-
would be Utah.
Yeah.
Was Swoop the Hawk. The last 20 years he's been the mascot at Utah. Now this is for the win.
These are really hard.
Bill's in play here. What school's mascot name is Herky the Hawk?
Herky.
It's Swoop the Hawk. The last
I
one
have.
is
I
Herky.
am.
Herky.
I'm incredulous right now. These are
I tried to do with the easier ones, actually.
Herky.
Herky.
No, I have no.
Just take a
idea.
guess. Take any guess in the world.
I will at some point.
Make a guess.
Bowling Green.
Not Bowling Green. Do you want to pass, Scott, or take that one?
I don't have a chance. We'll go to the tiebreak.
That'd be Iowa. Iowa. Herky the Hawk. Herky. His name is Herky.
Should got that one.
All right, this goes to you guys, and Scott will go over
Iowa.
under your number.
Iowa. We just overthought that.
How many UGA dogs have there been at Georgia?
Good one. Good one.
This is for Sip
Scott.
and Bill. Scott, you go over under their number.
We have to put a number
Your
on.
number.
How many UGAs have there been since when?
Since the first UGA.
Oh God!
And you can't tell us when the first UGA was.
I can't. I didn't write that down.
This is really very.
Yeah,
difficult.
I have no idea when UGA started.
Right.
I kind of have no
Is
idea.
it embarrassing or could it be not embarrassing?
9.
It's much higher than that.
Is it?
And they die like every 5 years.
Okay. 29.
I don't know what that. A little lower than that, I think.
23. 23.
So 18. Let's go 19.
19.
19 is the guess. Over under 19, Scott, for UGA dogs.
We have no idea when they started them.
I don't know when they started, but I'm going to guess they've been doing it for a while, so I'll go over.
Over?
Yeah.
There's been 11 UGA dogs. The newest one was introduced last year.
Okay.
So
our guess wasn't bad.
UGA 11. So you guys, it wasn't pretty, but you
No,
won
we
the
won.
final
You won.
game of the season.
Yeah, the guess wasn't bad.
It was not bad.
That's a great game show,
Thank
though.
you,
That was
Scott.
fun, Jake.
Hey, you know what? We got to try new things some weeks. We got to try new
We
things
should have got
sometimes.
Ricky the Hawk.
Yeah.
We should.
You should have got a couple of those.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Bill
right
was,
over.
Bill was at
Swoop.
2 of those schools,
Swoop.
Utah and Rutgers.
Swoop was not swooping when I was there.
But you've heard of Swoop the Hawk, though.
I
Somewhat.
have not. That was weird.
Well, we went out with a win in a low-scoring game,
Yeah,
but a
I'll
win's
take
a
it.
win.
I'll
Take
take
it.
Yeah.
The spillover is next on Early Break in the Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that all comes down to this final question. No summer picnic or family get-together or trip to the lake is complete without this particular item. Let's go first to Bob.
What is beer?
No, that's not it. Think about the kids. Over to you, Farley.
What is corn on the cob?
Tough to grill that on a bow. Wrong again. Grace, this time for the win.
What is Bure's cheese spread?
We have a winner! Bure's cheese spread, available in most local grocers in Nebraska.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA on Saturday, August 10th at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. 9 fights are scheduled for the night, including professional lightweight and welterweight bouts, and the main event of Donnie Busch versus Micah Washington in the professional welterweight championship bout. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the MMA fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com. Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
You can get diesel anywhere, but what about atomic diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with Atomic Diesel. Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how Atomic Diesel and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity.
We're on the air. Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover with Raf and AD, sponsored by our friends at Computer Hardware. 70th and 0 go-see trip on the squad trip. By the way, we'll be here tomorrow in studio at 6:30 for Tech Time with Trip. Looking forward to that. Gentlemen, today is the first day of fall camp for Nebraska football. AD, you experienced this back in the 90s when you were on the team. What went through your brain the first day of fall camp as a player?
Relief and anticipation.
Nervousness is all or not?
No,
really?
Because you know,
is that more yesterday? The day before was kind of nervous.
You know, I'm not even sure nervous with my freshman year, of course.
I was going to say your freshman year. What was that like?
Yeah, well, speaking when Coach Busch was talking about Toby Wright, I had no idea that's why I was going to start college football by being, seeing Toby Wright. Well, it was Kareem Wright and Toby Wright and Kareem Moss. So those guys, those guys came from JUCOs.
Mm-hmm.
You had a bunch of fresh-eyed high school guys. And I'm going up against Toby Wright the first day in practice and Kareem Moss, two names that will live in, in history with Nebraska football. But Toby Wright, I told Javen Wright, his son, a number of times, Buddha, I said, man, your dad put a hole through my chest, I think, 48 hours after I started college football. So when Coach Busch says he was the most violent and physical player, he's not joking. I mean, it's literally, I didn't have asthma, and Toby Wright hit me so hard, I think I borrowed somebody's inhaler. Because we weren't even in pads, but he just jammed you. Toby was just a specimen. That's why he played so long in the league. And had he not got the injury bugs, he would have played longer in the league. So he comes from a family of players that played in the NFL. His brothers, and Toby was just a freak of nature, man, on the football field.
Think about today. Again, first day of fall camp, but 1 month from today is August 31st, which is Nebraska's first game of the season against UTEP. There's a lot to learn over this next month of who's going to win position battles. Does Raiola, take the start spot that we assume he will as a quarterback, and how soon does that happen for sure that we know, hey, he is the guy? Is it a weekend? Is it 2 weeks in? We're going to see a practice if you want to on Saturday. By the way, huskers.com/tickets for that, $25. Great chance to view Nebraska early on in practice. Proceeds go to 1890 to help NIL funding for the athletes. So just tons of things from today through the next month is the exact same day.
Right.
We are going to learn a lot of things about this program and where they're headed toward this season.
Did you guys get a chance to catch the new episode of Chasing 3 last night?
I did not. Give me an update on that, Ralph, please.
If you get an opportunity to watch it, there's a lot of stair running going on.
I gotta get involved in that too. I need some stair running.
Yeah.
And it's important.
I mean, I was
Gotta get
tired
back into fitness.
after the episode got over. I was tired. So it was like,
watching it.
Oh yeah, I just kept on thinking to myself. I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, I remember used to going down there in the summers and running stairs and just like, oh my goodness. I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that ever again.
Yeah, there's I haven't seen that one, Ralph. I can't wait to check that one out. This morning, I mean, even when they moved in yesterday, I've seen some clips of them moving into the dorms for training camp, and some of those guys, they're going to be like they're drinking out of a fire hose because some of them is going to be their first camp. To where others are obviously your veterans. They're going to be setting the tone. I mean, they've already did that, in the off season, but now it's go time. This is go time today.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the reports from practice, the updates this week, next week, and just seeing how. I mean, it will fly. The season will be. You think about fall camp starts. It will be here like this.
Yeah. It was like it seemed like it was just 2 weeks ago. It was the 4th of July.
Yep. It does. That was almost a month ago already. Crazy.
Absolutely.
And then tomorrow night, Hall of Fame game. I mean, things are going to fly by.
NFL, that's right. We're back.
Game on
guys.
now.
We are back.
Yes. We made it.
It went fast this offseason, but now we officially made it to, even though there's not a first game for Nebraska for a month, it is officially back. Fall campus here. Yeah. That's it for us. The Drive with Raf, AD, and Amon Green is next for Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I am Jake Sorensen. We will see you tomorrow.
NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers.